Well, happy Friday, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Great to be here with you this morning. Obviously going to have some baseball to talk about. One of the craziest things you've ever seen on a baseball field transpired last night. Many of you aren't watching baseball. I am not missing baseball. I'm missing it. I'm not missing games. I miss the Padres. I do. It's been a week. It's been a week since we did our basically morning show, Mourning. I expect today's going to go a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit better of a show. Last Friday was one of the low points, I'd say, in our career. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Did you ride your scooter in today? Or is it too cold
not
for
today.
you? Not today. Paulie has found that it's a bit nipply out there in the morning riding in.
I was driving in yesterday, riding in on it, and I was like,
Dumb and dumber. Just pee in your pants to get here.
100%.
But the ride home is so nice.
It is nice.
Beautiful. So, yeah, you're pretty.
I got to run some errands after the show.
You're pretty screwed on that thing until spring, then, essentially.
Yeah.
This is a little chilly.
Yeah.
Ben,
Still fun to have.
Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning. Don't feel like you have to use it every day just because we
They bought it
for you and, spend a ton on your birthday.
Yeah,
Use it when you want to.
Use it sparingly.
Yeah. When it's convenient.
It's sparingly. We had I got a text this morning, is like right when I got in the car, from our friend Justin, and he goes, avoid the 805. And I go, what? And I go, what are you talking about?
We can't.
I was like, really hard to avoid the 805. So I called Benjamin, and I go, you in the car? He's like, I'm in McDonald's drive-through. You didn't bring us anything. You could have brought us Egg McMuffins. That would have been a nice thing to do for your coworkers. He's got his iced coffee.
Yeah.
He actually didn't even offer.
Never, not once.
Now, were you through?
Should I offer every single day? Because I either go to McDonald's for my iced coffee, or sometimes I go to Better Buzz if I want to.
I think it would be
upgrade a little bit.
I think it would be nice on a Friday if you grab a couple Egg McMuffins.
Is that the day to ask you on Friday?
Don't ask me. Just do it. I just want to be surprised.
But I go every day.
I don't.
It's 99 cents on the app. It's just what I do.
I don't go to the gas station or 7-Eleven every morning.
Right.
But occasionally,
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
need anything?
I'm running low. I'm gonna run by and get some gas. I'll text Woods at least and just be like,
You
hey,
need
do you need
Zyn or
anything?
anything? Yeah.
Right, but that would mean I would literally be texting you every single morning. Do you want something from McDonald's? Just text me if you want something. I'll be there.
No, I'll be like my wife here. I want you to read my mind. I now want to tell you. Being together for 8 years. Look at me. Look at me in the eye. It'd be nice if you asked every now and then. Just ask every now. I don't want to have to ask you every time I want something. I want you to just ask.
Being together for 8 years, you don't need it.
Is that a fat joke? I don't understand what that
I don't
was
either. But
so
I don't. How many times do you see me bring in food with my coffee?
Never.
I never get food.
It would be nice if you asked. That's all I'm saying. God, this is a straight up conversation that I've had in my home, and probably everybody else listening as well. I want you to know when I'm hungry. I want you to know that maybe today would have been a nice day to have an Egg McMuffin.
How would I know that? How can I possibly know that?
Hannah says he's in a mood, Ben. Don't engage. Don't start either, Hannah, because I'm fine putting you on blast this morning as well. I have no problem, as you know.
Are you in a mood?
No, I'm in a great mood. I love seeing the Dodgers continue to just roll along with no regard for.
I'm in a bit of a mood too.
Are you?
Yeah, I just had a really long day yesterday.
You did have a long day.
I had an opportunity to do a 2-for-1 and shoot 2 stories in one location.
Congratulations, everybody! Woo! Wow,
Betty,
you are a Lothario of epic. There
are Thursday afternoons, and then there are Thursday afternoons.
Save him saying, I had the opportunity to do a 2-for-1 yesterday. I don't think he's talking about sandwiches either. Wow.
It required me, though, to drive to Temecula.
That would make you tired.
Hey,
2-for-1 would make you tired.
People have driven a lot further than Temecula for that.
I rode a bus to Rockford, Illinois from Chicago one time, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Rockford, Illinois. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, meet me in Temecula.
I went
up and met in Temecula.
You really had to drive to Temecula?
Yeah, the Clippers were practicing there. So I was doing a preview of their game at Front Wave Arena last night for Channel 10. They were practicing at the Pachanga Reservation where they spent the night.
Far.
And I was also given the opportunity, and this was kind of fun. Tomorrow and Sunday are the U.S. Speed Golf Open tournament at Temecula Creek.
So I talked to a guy on Instagram yesterday that sent me a link to it.
I went and did a story on the best speed golfers in the world, it is wild. I mean, they play 18 holes, the top golfers in the world. They will play 18 holes in 40 minutes and shoot even par and no cards.
40 minutes.
They have like 3 or 4 clubs.
Yep.
They hit a ball and they sprint to the next shot. And then they hit and they sprint and they get out their putter and they go. And I was shooting a story on some of those guys that are going to be competing this weekend. And those two places are about 5 minutes apart. So I thought, let's do a 2-for-1 when we go up to Temecula. But that, of course, involved a lot of time in the car. Then I went to Oceanside Front Wave Arena to do some stand-ups for that. I felt like I was in the car all day, like 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. driving around Southern California yesterday.
That's a long day. Then you got home.
Yes, and then I get home. And
your son.
You promised. I Peloton. I did. Well, remember last week when I think it was last week when the Texas Roadhouse crew came in with the rolls, and my son said, I haven't had Texas Roadhouse. And I said, yeah, I'll take you next week. They brought in the gift card for us. And I said, yeah, we'll go next week. And this was the night. So I drove back up to Oceanside, which I had already been at earlier. At about 7:45, we sat down at Texas Roadhouse. And you think maybe it's weeknight. Yeah. Going to be kind of quiet, dying down. I don't think that place is ever not full. I have no idea why they need to promote their restaurant at all.
It's like Mardi Gras.
Is packed every second that they are open. We left at 8:45, and there were still people waiting to get in on a Thursday. I mean, the food was elite. It was so good. I had a filet. I had salad. I had a sweet potato. The rolls are so good.
I asked him this morning in the elevator, as he told me. I go, did you ever in a million years think that you would be eating a filet at Texas Roadhouse and
at like 8:30?
At 8:30 on a Thursday night. And by the way, be enjoying it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
We've changed him. He's changed a lot.
Yeah.
He's loosened up a lot. He's getting, 2-for-1s on a Thursday, driving up to Temecula for a 2-for-1. We don't call it that, though. We call it a menage a trois or a threesome. That's what we call it.
A threesome would be fun.
2-for-1 is that's just old speak. My wife says maybe I should try speed golf. Could you imagine? One hole.
They wanted me to try it.
No way.
I was like, no, I'm not getting.
You're a good golfer.
And I like walking, but I'm not going to
sprint.
I'm not going to sprint in between shots.
Well, it's funny my wife says that because, I'm getting older and I'm playing adult ball still on the weekends. And I'm getting older and the pitching is getting harder and harder to handle. And you're old, man. Your reflexes are nowhere near what they were. I'm amazed I hit over 300 this year, even in an adult ball league.
That was the humble brag.
Slightly, but I mean, but it's adult ball. You know what I mean? If I hit 300 at fantasy camp,
I hit over 300 this year.
Well, no, I am.
Yeah.
At 50, they throw hard, right? Like I'm pretty proud of that.
Absolutely incredible.
But at fantasy camp, if I hit 300, I would never come back because it's a little slower. So I was driving in the car, and I'm getting banged up. Everything hurts. My foot hurts. My hammies are tight. My back, so everything hurts. I can't even hit off the tee during the week because I don't have many bullets left. So I can get like 4 swings in before I'm like, all right, let's save these for the game. It's just not the same. So driving in the car the other day with my 7-year-old, and I said, I have a game tonight. It was Tuesday. And he looked at me from the back and he goes, how much longer are you going to play? And I looked at him and I go, I don't know. I said, what do you think? Do you like that I play or do you not like that I play? He goes, oh, I like that you play. I go, really? He goes, yeah, you get really happy when you play. And I said, can you tell your mom that? And he goes, yeah, I'll tell her. And I said, you don't think it like robs us of time? He goes, no, I want you to play. I like that you play baseball. And I had tears in my eyes. I was like, sweet baby. He understands me.
I like that my dad played basketball when I was a kid every week. Sometimes I'd go with him, sometimes not. But it was important for him. He had his YMCA rec league basketball, like all he does right now.
Yeah, he doesn't come to my games or anything. It's not like he's in the stands and come on, Daddy. He's coming to like one game, but he understands that I love it, and I go out there because I love it. And I told him straight up, I said, I literally fear that when I stop playing is when I'll die. I feel like once I don't have any sort of juice left to compete What am I here for at all? Like, I just feel like I'll drop dead. And he goes, I get it, because he's the exact same way. That dude, you can't flip quarters with him without him wanting to win and pitching a fit if he doesn't. So pretty wise words from a 7-year-old. It was a really cool moment. So you can chew on that, babe. I'm not playing speed golf. I'm going to play baseball until I can't play anymore. I may have to go the 35 route, though, and I need to be okay with that.
And then when you're done, you're done.
When I'm done, I think
you're going to die.
I think I'll die. Yeah, I really do.
Or do what the rest of us do. Just take up regular golf in a cart.
I tried it. It wasn't enough for me, man. It wasn't enough. It wasn't
competition.
Enough. And I didn't get to be in the dugout with the guys breaking balls. It's something completely different, right? It's something completely different. Like, you have your basketball team, but we all play golf together. It's not the same. Even when you play for money, it's not the same. Baseball takes a while, but you're talking 6 to 7 hours out there in a golf course, leaning on your shaft, waiting for 4 people to hit in front of you, and you're like, this is terrible.
Which reminds me, the PR pitch I got about the U.S. Speed Golf Open. Wives love this kind of golf because it only takes 1 hour to play.
Oh, they love it.
Well, no, I mean, no one actually goes out and does that. I mean, I know these guys do, but
do they have to?
It's not the kind of golf that guys are going out. Like, you're not consuming a couple of beers during your round.
Bunch of transfusions.
It's a whole different sort of activity.
They have to plan. Like, you can't show up at Encinitas Ranch and be like, hey, I'm here to speed golf.
And I asked them about that, and they said, yeah, there are certain courses that will block out some times, and it's usually the end of the day, because you can play
40
around.
minutes.
You can play around at 5:30 p.m. before it gets. You can play 18 holes. Like, we'll tee off at 5:30. We'll be done. At 6:45, 6:40. Whenever it's not even dark yet. No one else can even play 9 at that time. So the courses kind of like it and go, these are unused tee times,
free money
that only people who are running around the course can actually do it. They'll say, but you do always have to stop. You have to rake the bunkers. You have to fix your divots and everything. That's part of the time. But it's total score plus total time. So if it takes you 45 minutes to play and you shoot an 80, your score is 125. So every minute you save is like a stroke. It's like a birdie.
Oh my God.
So every minute, if you can save a minute, you might as well go faster, because that's basically taking a stroke off your score. I
can't wrap my head around playing 18 holes in 45 minutes. No. I cannot wrap my head around it. The fastest round I've ever played is 3 hours. And then you're like, oh my God, we ripped through this thing.
That's with no one in front of you, a cart. You're going fast. Yeah.
And you're hitting every fairway.
These guys are sprinting. So we're talking, about 3 minutes per hole?
Hannah goes, that's the least relaxing thing I've ever. I can't think of anything worse. Just get home and be like, how'd you shoot?
By the way,
160.
That course, one of the nights is flat, but the other one is like mountainous, hilly, and they're doing that one too. They're climbing up and down, and honestly, look kind of miserable to me.
It sounds awful.
We got to try a speed golf hole. So the next time we play golf together, if it's empty, we got to film a speed golf hole and just see how it goes. Us running down the fairway. Oh my gosh, man. Well, listen, that guy, I'm glad you brought that up, because I meant to bring it up and give them a mention. Of course you went out and did a story on him. Of course you did. That's crazy. The working man of San Diego, bringing you the stories.
That will air tonight.
That's going to air tonight. All right, I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
What time?
Probably either in our 4 and 6 or 5 and 7 o'clock newscast. I don't have the schedule yet.
I'll be at a 7-year-old birthday party at Sky Zone from 3 to 6 or 6:30. Trampolines.
You know I love a good trampoline.
I know you do. I can't do anything on them. I don't want to pull another hammy. So I'll just be watching, probably eating cake from the sidelines. And it's our buddy Tim Flannery. It's his grandson. So happy birthday, Jesse. Jesse's one of my favorite kids. I got to coach him. Happy birthday to him. And we're going to be jumping, or they're going to be jumping, and I'll be eating and hanging out, hopefully with Flan, and talking some baseball.
Birthday cake and all.
Everything, all of it. But I like sitting with Flan because he tells stories like nobody's business. And, talk a little bit about the playoffs and the Dodgers devil magic, which I think is a real thing. We've addressed it earlier in the week, certainly. But I think it's a real thing. I think they are infallible to anything bad happening to them ever. And even if it does, no problem. I'm going to get you right back. It was one of the craziest endings I have ever seen to that game last night. I was speechless. Paulie, how is Philadelphia sports radio handling it this morning. Now, they had, by the way, I was trying to think of a clever name for what happened to the city of Philadelphia last night with the Phillies losing in gut-wrenching, doubled-over pain, right? That was horrible. Then the Eagles going out and losing to bitter rival, the New York Football Giants, who had one win.
When the Phillies lost, I checked the score of the football game, knowing that those division rivals were playing.
Yeah.
And I think Philly was down 4 at the time. And I'm thinking, oh no.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no.
If the Eagles lose too, I mean, that's the worst night in like sports history for Philly.
Well, then the Flyers played as well, and they also lost. So
was that their opener?
I think it was probably their season opener too, right?
All three of their teams last night lost. You know, again, the opener, you're like, all right, that's definitely the one that you're like, we'll be fine. We've got 81 more games to go. Still, though, it sucks. Like, you get all excited for the new season, you lose. But to lose to your rival, the New York Giants, who are the New York Giants coached by Brian Daboll, and you lost to Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo again. And then to have the ending that you had, it was like the worst. It was like the Thursday of death. I mean, it was like the trifecta of death for Philadelphia.
They will remember October 9th, 2025.
No question.
As one of the worst days in Philly sports history.
There is no question about it. How are they doing this morning? Any idea?
Relatively calm.
Are they calm? I think you'd have
they're in shock.
They're in shock.
Yeah,
they're in shock. They'll get there.
Yeah.
They'll get there.
It might even take them to like next Tuesday.
The afternoon show will probably be fired up.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, the morning show is like you come in, you're like, this is so fresh. It's so raw.
Here's the WIP morning show on our WIP sister station in Philly.
All-time bad moment in the history of Philly sports.
There you go.
We'll always remember it. It was a total panic job. But it's actually not top of mind for me. Top of mind for me are the bats and the primary hitters and the tremendous letdown that Trey, Schwarber, and Bryce were in this playoff. 1 for 14 last night. Look, they flat out did not hit. Flat out did not hit in 3 of the 4 games in the series. And obviously those are the 3 games the Phillies lost. The whole season, I felt the whole season like the Phillies were 1 or 2 hitters short. Too oftentimes, then they got Bader. And then it felt to me like 1 short. And that was the primary reason why
our show. It sounds
familiar.
like this is just replace Padres with Tatis, Machado.
You're exactly right.
Then they got Laureano, but he got hurt. It's like, what is this? This is the same show.
KG goes, oh, wow, they are our sister station. They really are. And
by the way, they were also, they have their video feed going. They're at the Borgata in Atlantic City.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know what the Borgata is. It looks like
it's like
diner.
their version of the the Wynn or the Bellagio.
Yeah. It looks like they're in the bar restaurant of the hotel down in the lobby. There's nobody there. I don't remember how far Atlantic City was from Philadelphia.
How much would you want to?
It's a little over an hour. I think.
That's what I thought. It's like
coast,
at least an hour. So you got the worst night in your sports city's history. You got a massive show that next morning.
Huge.
And you're on remote in Atlantic City in a hotel lobby with nobody around you.
Hey, I know there's no one there at the Borgata, but we really owe them a good show. Yeah, we got it, dude. We're gonna be here.
There's just
I can't see where it's at.
It's like in a hallway or something.
Oh my god! Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna need you guys to get out of your comfort zone in the studio, and I need you to go drive an hour to the Borgata. We're making a ton of money off this, so I need you there. Could you imagine how pissed we would be after a game like that? We're like, well, we're live at the gas lamp. For the love of God. No, of course no one's here. Everyone's still asleep or drunk or
how many texts? Adam, just so you know, if this goes the way it could go, there's no effing chance
I'm not going. I'm not going to the Borgata tomorrow.
Did they sleep
they
there,
must have
or did
slept
they drive there this morning? I don't even know.
They must have slept there. They must have.
Watched the game there last night, maybe?
Yeah, that's the Ben and Woods postseason wrap-up at 7 Mile Casino at 6 o'clock in the morning. I feel like the tier ones would show. I do. I feel like they would have shown up for us.
I'd be like, what's the What's the casino that we pass on the way out to Arizona?
That's the one way out.
Golden Acorn,
Golden
baby.
Yes.
Acorn.
It'd be like
I
going
like
out
to call
there.
it 70-mile.
Yeah, no, it'd be like we're doing a show out there. It's an hour drive. Meet us out there in the desert, and it's
After an excruciating, gut-wrenching loss. I am dead, dude. I am dead. It's just I feel so bad for them, man. I really, really, really do. We've been there. Not like that. Not like that. I mean, that's one of the worst I've ever seen in baseball. And I'll tell you, man, I think that host hit it right on the head. Of course, the easy way to look at it is you point to Orion Kerkering instead of pointing to the superstars, just like I tweeted. Be mad at that umpire, but that umpire missing that call to Xander Bogaerts, it really did nothing. Don't let Manny, Tatis, all those guys off the hook. It's on them, straight up. And it is straight up on Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, who am I missing? Schwarber, all these. It's on them. They had one hit yesterday, and I realized the Dodgers pitching is really, really good. But they didn't do anything really all series. You don't get to face Clayton Kershaw every game, which was your only shot at scoring any runs, Clayton Kershaw. And he's not going to pitch every game. So you got to figure it out. You guys, I think they're just like our guys. I mean, it's really the mirror of these two teams is really, really similar.
I mean, the Phillies pitching stepped up just as much, though. Sanchez
just
was
like
fantastic.
the Padres pitching.
And by the way, they got screwed in an umpire call
They did.
as well. Not quite as pivotal looking at the time, but it turned out
It was
Alex
huge.
Call, 2-2 pitch on
Right
the inside
there.
corner. I mean, Real Muto's throwing it down to third because he knows it's a strike. That's one they'll tap their head on.
He apologized.
The umpire apologized. Call comes around and scores the one run that gets him to extra innings. Otherwise, we're headed to Philadelphia for a game 5 tomorrow.
That's tough, man.
I mean,
but again,
you can't play it out. You just like you can't play it out with Xander. But if you did play it out with Xander, the Padres tie that game. If you do play it out with Philly, they win that game and they go on to game 5.
And again, the mirror image of having one of your right-handed bats in Harrison Bader come up a little bit lame and can't really do anything. Very reminiscent of Ramon Laureano. You do feel like if Laureano was there, the Padres have a much better chance of winning that series in Chicago. And that's baseball, man. That's how it works. And you got to find a way to overcome it. And you need a little devil magic on your side. And Padres didn't have any, and the Phillies certainly didn't. They actually had devil magic working against them. It was crazy. And I'm never compelled to write a professional athlete unless it's something positive ever. And I sent a message last night to Orion Kerkering's Instagram, and I said, keep your head up, dude. You're a stud. He's a stud. Straight up. He is going to be okay. I thought his interview last night, it broke my heart because we all remember his dad in the stands crying, weeping when he made his debut. And you see that play happen and you went, oh no, man. And of course, the easy thing to do is be like, you idiot. And Philly fans are doing it for sure. I bet you there are plenty of DMs he's not going to want to open from Philadelphia sports fans who bet $15 on the game and lost their parlay.
I saw a post yesterday that resonated. Just said, I genuinely feel so bad for athletes nowadays when something like that happens because of the climate that we're in and people that lost money on sports betting. It turns them into psychopaths. And I don't know. That guy, does he have to be aware of his surroundings when he's walking around, for the next couple of weeks?
I would hope not.
I would hope not as well, but
not.
You can't live like that. You got to also be aware.
Well, I absolutely loved his post game. You'll hear it today in Do This for sure. But it was a crazy. They had plenty of chances, man. Plenty of chances to win that game last night. They didn't. Dodgers move on as everybody expected them to. I don't know why anybody's acting surprised.
That was the only correct pick we made yesterday. You did pick.
I did.
Otherwise, we went 1-5 as we promised. We did the absolute worst job picking games once again that we possibly could, but it was guaranteed that we got at least one win because we split on those. And
correct.
You picked the Dodgers, and you were right.
They're inevitable. They are inevitable, and they are infallible, and nothing is blowing up in their face right now.
All right, we will talk baseball coming up. Let's take a timeout. We'll set the menu for the show. Get our first check of traffic here with Kelly Danick, and off and running on a Friday morning here with Ben and Woods. Tier 1's glad to have you with us on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, let me tell you about my friends over at Sedano Ford. You got to go check out Sedano Ford in Lincoln in La Mesa. It's the October. Ooh, we should have made this spooky. the October Spooktacular savings going on right now as we enjoy San Diego's endless fall sunshine and incredible savings. Manny Sedano, Marine Vet, and car matchmaker extraordinaire offers unbeatable deals like the 2025 Ford Mach-E Select, just $341 a month and just $1 down. If you need a truck, the 2025 Ford F-150 STX, $1 down, $467 a month, or grab that beautiful 25 Bronco Sport Big Ben, again, $1 down, $335 a month. And if you're looking for savings and luxury, how about the 2025 Lincoln Corsair Hybrid, all-wheel drive, $355 a month on a 36-month lease. That is pretty spooktacular, guys. Visit their amazing inventory at Sedano Ford and Lincoln Megastore. Secure your steal and fall into great savings with the $1 down savings all month. Let them know that Woodsy sent you over there. For more details about these offers, go to SedanoFord.com or SedanoLincoln.com.
If you don't come play with me, then we will kill you.
Go check them out online as well, SedanoFord.com, SEDANO Ford.com.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour at 97 through the fan brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store and everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. All right, here's what we got coming up. Setting the menu for the Friday edition of Ben and Woods. We'll talk baseball here in our first hour, go through the NLDS games yesterday, and we got a game 5 coming up in the ALDS later today in Seattle between the Tigers and Mariners. Had a Padres move, not a huge move, but continuing to fill out their 2025 international amateur signing pool yesterday. We'll talk about that. And then at 7:35, joining us on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline will be Darren Smith, we think.
Now, this could get dicey.
Caveat. If you followed Darren on Instagram, you probably have seen some pictures from Waikiki the last few days.
Yeah.
We weren't sure. He's traveling. Is he going to be able to join us? And he told Paulie he's good to go, even though he's on a red eye, like right now, flying back from
I mean, he should be landing like
Oahu.
at any minute.
And
He said we're supposed to land around 7. He goes, if we land around 7, I'm good for 7:35. I'm like,
There is
really?
no way.
Like the last thing I'm doing is a radio hit. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, bro, you got to get your bags. Like,
We
get
told him,
home.
bang
I
it
get
if you
it. I'm
want.
like, you just let me know. We're good.
Is he going to be with us from the baggage claim?
Yeah, could be.
Not sure, but when he does, if and when he does join us, he'll do so on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Coming up then, whenever we don't talk to Darren, 8:35 perhaps, our Padres Smörgåsbord of the day. And you were just talking about trying to decide when to end your adult baseball career.
Yes,
but
never.
Today's
what I came up
topic-
with was never.
Today's topic is a tough one, and it is the future of you, Darvish, with the San Diego Padres. And it's not our place to make any decisions for you, but I think we can lay out what the different possibilities are. You coming back, still being a part of the Padres rotation, you still being on the Padres roster, and making money for the next 3 seasons. Is there retirement potentially in the cards for you, Darvish? The whispers have been around, Woods, the last year or so that you might not want to stay all the way through the end of his deal. We'll go through what you is looking at, what the Padres are looking at, and how that situation could play out this offseason in our Padres Smörgåsbord today.
Yeah, I'm interested too, Ben, because I don't know how it works when
I can do a little Ben-splaining
about when a guy just says, hey, I got 3 years left of my deal, but I'm done.
Remember, there's a lot of injured players who have simply collected paychecks over the years, and there's nothing stopping.
Anthony Rendon.
Steven Strasburg had a retirement versus collecting money issue as well. Yeah. I would hope it would never get to anything
contentious
between the Padres and you, Darvish.
I hope not too.
But we'll kind of go through what the potential options are on both sides going forward in our Smörgåsbord today. And then we'll have our regular features on a Friday. Don't do this. Take on Woods. Chance to qualify for the Jerry Seinfeld tickets in Las Vegas and the trip to the Flamingo. Reindl Report. And it's Friday, so we'll do a super sexy Saturday Stinkfist college football schedule. Look ahead to the matchups in college football tomorrow in our 9 o'clock hour.
Look forward to it.
But we'll start with baseball. NLDS games 4. Last night, one series goes on, one series is over, and we'll get to that after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. Whatever you feel about the Phillies or Dodgers, yesterday's game was a terrific pitcher's duel.
It was unreal.
Really, really great between Tyler Glasnow and Christopher Sanchez, just battling back and forth. Didn't look like either team was gonna put much up on the board against either of those sides until finally, in the top of the 7th inning, after the Dodgers had gone to their bullpen and brought out Emmett Sheehan, the Phillies were able to push across what looked like a pivotal run on a Nick Castellanos RBI double. It came right after a throwing error on a potential double play grounder. Always trying to do that tough pitcher covering first thing. Didn't work out for the Dodgers in that situation. They don't play perfect baseball either. That's the thing. Somehow, when the other team makes a mistake, it's over. When the Dodgers make a mistake, they seem to recover. So they're down 1-0. But in the bottom of the 7th inning,
you're skipping a lot of stuff here.
Go ahead.
You're skipping a lot of stuff.
Right.
I mean, you have to look at the what I think the most impressive part of the night was I really have to say, other than Roki Sasaki, it was probably Tyler Glasnow.
He was fantastic.
Who had been not great in the postseason. Pounding the zone with heaters, just throwing heaters at these guys. And again, like we talked a little bit about it before the show this morning, listen, you hear it every year. Manny Machado versus Bryce Harper. They're essentially the same player. Their numbers line up crazily. Now Bryce has a little bit better postseason numbers, but his postseason legacy took a massive hit. He had opportunities in this game. Kyle Schwarber had a double. And here comes Bryce Harper. Who else would you want in that situation? It didn't come through. I mean, they had multiple opportunities off glass.
Manny had a better postseason than Bryce Harper this year.
He did, but you hear it all the time. Now, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado signed their free agent deal the exact same time. Still, both of them sitting on how many rings? 0. Nats won a World Series when Harper left. I like Bryce Harper. I do. I think he's a good player. But holy cow, man, these narratives need to die at some point.
Dodgers won a World Series after Manny left.
That's true. That's true. The Orioles didn't, though.
They did not.
Right. He was there 3 months.
Yeah.
But, the top of the order in Turner, Schwarber, Harper, they were terrible.
It felt like, I mean, from our perspective.
Brandon Marsh, by the way, in the 5-hole is one of the worst decisions that Rob Thompson can make. He batted .077 for the series.
And he's
JT,
very platoon exposed by lefties.
JT Realmuto hit .353 with an 1100 OPS. He's hitting in the 6th hole. That's what I would be coming in absolutely ripping Rob Thompson for today. You look across the field. Andy Paez was hitting 5, 6, 7 for the Dodgers all year. Had a monster year for them. He's scuffling in the postseason. You know what they did with him yesterday? They hit him 9th. I tweeted snarkily, I didn't know you were allowed to move struggling players down in the lineup. There's something to be said for the Dodgers' ability and willingness to say, no, you're not getting the job done. We're going to move you down or we're going to sit you. We don't do that. The Phillies don't do that. They don't do it.
But when it comes to the Phillies lineup, doesn't it feel like we were always jealous? Like, oh, man.
Yeah,
we
right.
just have a lineup like theirs.
Right.
They're just seems like they couldn't possibly all go cold at the same time.
They did.
But they still did.
Yeah.
Did the same thing. The Padres.
Your hottest hitters in the
did.
6th.
Phillies and the Padres both won one postseason game this year.
Yep.
That's the brutal truth of it. Both teams won one postseason game this year, and it's largely because the offenses let them down in their first playoff series. So, yeah, pitchers duel, Glasnow, great. Sanchez, great. Gets to the 7th. Talked about the walk to call that could have been easily a strikeout. Yep. Probably would have been with ABS review, but not here yet. So, again, it gives up the single. They pull him for the early aggressive go to the closer. Duran comes in, bottom of the 7th. The 2nd and 3rd, they decide to intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani with 2 outs.
Got to do it.
Trying to set up the righty versus righty matchup. Shohei Ohtani obviously had been having a really bad series, very cold, but had a couple of home runs career-wise against Duran. Had some success against him. If anyone can turn around that kind of speed that Duran has, it's Ohtani with his bat. I don't think it's even that hard of a call. I mean, you'll question it now because of what happened.
No.
But I really don't think that it's that even discussion worthy.
I mean, I literally saw Dodger fans tweeting, "Oh my God, thanks for the gift. I can't believe you walked Shohei Ohtani." I wrote one guy back. I go, "You can't believe that. You can't believe that they put on Shohei Ohtani with a base open. Shohei Ohtani. You can't believe that? You shouldn't watch baseball. If you don't understand that was 1,000% the right move, I don't know what to tell you guys. We're trying to educate you. I know a lot of you guys listen every day.
It's still easy to wrap my head around. Like, that was the moment that was going to be criticized for sure. If it doesn't work out, that's the moment.
You can't criticize that moment. That's the one that you're like, this is a no-brainer. On what planet do you let Shohei Ohtani swing the bat there? You don't.
There's no really good argument to pitch
Zero.
Ohtani there.
With a base open, never. Never.
Now the consequences are you can't walk the next guy
because
the bases are loaded.
You got to throw strikes. And who do you trust more to do that than your all-world closer, Jarren Duran? Jarren Duran.
Johan Duran.
Plays for the Red Sox.
That's right.
I've been trying, now that he's not on a team that's not the Twins that we never see, I've been learning how to say his name.
Is that
Johan
Duran.
Duran.
Okay.
It's not like Duran. It's more like Duran.
I like to say Duran.
I know.
Duran.
It's such a no-brainer. And
it comes down to a full count, and it comes down to a pitch that's maybe quarter of an inch high. And I don't know how Mookie laid off that
It's
one.
so hard, man. It is just so hard. Guy throwing that
That
fuzzy.
feels like 98% of baseball players have to swing at that.
He took it.
Mookie lets it go. It was a ball. That was the good call, and that was the only run the Dodgers scored in regulation in that game on a pitch that was a quarter-inch high that Mookie Betts took with the bases loaded.
Yep.
That was the extent of their offense. You mentioned it earlier, though. Roki Sasaki coming in, going 9 up, 9 down for 3 innings to keep the Phillies, at bay while your offense is doing nothing. Probably saves the game, maybe the season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. There,
they got something there in that kid with. What did he get? 9 outs?
9.
It's bananas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's bananas. And again, like there's very few teams in baseball history that have the ability to overcome a $700 million player going getting 1 hit, batting 148. Is that right? That can't even be right.
Sounds too high. Actually.
That may be for the Red Series too. They may be factoring that in. But he had 1 hit in this series. He struck out 50% of the time. He's your leadoff hitter, and then your 4-hole hitter, Freddie Freeman, absolutely dying on the vine as well. So your 1 and your 4 are doing nothing, and you still find a way to win. That's the devil magic, man. That is the devil magic.
I was happy to see our friend Matt Strom bounce back after giving up the home run. Got an inning in the 9th to keep the game going. Jesus Luzardo, who was going to be their Game 5 starter. Now we'll never know what the Phillies would have done in Game 5. Would have been hard to bring Luzardo back, but they bring him on, gets 1 clean inning, then comes back in the next inning, puts the runners on base before they bring in Orion Kerkering there in the bottom of the 11th. And we all know how it ended. We'll hear from Orion Kerkering coming up and do this, his post-game comments. It was good to see how the Phillies players, how Rob Thompson, reacted and quickly consoled him, put their arm around him at the end of that game. I think it probably changes the feeling in all of Philadelphia as well. If you're a fan who's mad,
I wouldn't say all of Philadelphia.
A lot of Philadelphia, though.
I wouldn't.
I'd say a few people.
I think you're the a-hole in Philadelphia if you're coming out today and ripping Orion Kerkering after seeing the reaction from his own teammates, his own coaching staff. I think you have to kind of know. All right, I'm being the hardo here if I'm coming out and putting all of this on a 24-year-old kid who had a bad play and then came out and owned a bad play, panicked. He panicked in the moment, couldn't pick it up. The game sped up on him. Certainly understandable. I mean, it was nerve-wracking just throwing the pitches in that situation.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is a comebacker there. Last thing you want. Just hit it to
someone
someone else.
Unless it's that candy hop, that one hopper right back to you, you can walk it over to first base. It's my favorite part of the John Wooden coaching pyramid. It's my number. There's a lot of great stuff in there. The best to ever do it was
Woods
John
has
Wooden.
always been known as a John Wooden coaching pyramid.
I've loved the John Wooden coaching pyramid. I used it when I was in sales all the time. But the best part of it is be quick, but don't hurry. It's the best part of the coaching pyramid. Be quick, but don't hurry. And he hurried. He panicked. You're absolutely right. And you couldn't even get off a decent throw to home. He had time. He had time to collect himself and throw to first base, and he would have gotten Andy Paez by 10 feet. And that's the thing that's going to stick in his craw. He full on panicked.
Did he panic, or did he forget how many outs?
He might have forgotten how many outs there were as well. But he broke the kid's bat, dude. He made the pitch he needed to make. He got the weak comebacker, checked up on him just a little bit, just enough to make the panic set in. And instead of refocusing in that split second, like the great ones do, he panicked. And it's the hardest thing to see. It was the hardest thing to watch. And Dodgers win the game on that. It's crazy.
I think it's important.
I stood up out of my chair and I just sat there with my hands on my knees for like 30 seconds. Like just silence in my house. We're like speechless. I could not believe that's how that game ended.
I think it's important to remember that even if he makes that play, no guarantee the Phillies win that game in the 12th inning.
No, none.
Who they have coming up in the 12th. Let's see. Bader made the last out in the top of the 11th when he pinch hit. So bottom of the order still coming up in the, they could score there, but you didn't guarantee. It wasn't like a guaranteed win thrown away.
No, it wasn't. And the only, I guess, ray of hope, if you were them, was that you saw Blake Trinan warming in the bullpen, and you had hit Blake Trinan really, really well, and you were seeing him fine, and he had been ineffective, but he could also have turned it on in that moment and become Blake Trinan of last year. But yeah, I think that I think a lot fell in favor of the Dodgers, and they didn't hit either. I mean, don't forget, they didn't hit either. They didn't hit a lick really off.
No extra base hits for the Dodgers. They had 7 singles. The Phillies had 3 singles and a double.
Yeah. So I feel terrible for Ryan Kerkering. He'll be okay. He's got nasty stuff.
Dodgers 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Yep.
Phillies 1 for 7.
Yeah.
Wasn't an offensive tour de force by either team.
But it was such a fun game to watch because if you like elite pitching, and Sanchez and Glasnow just duking it out was just incredible. And the defense that the Phillies played until that point was spectacular. Trey Turner.
Oh, that play that he made.
Bryson Stott with a few beautiful backhands up the middle. It's such a difficult play. Made it look super easy. But it was it's an instant classic in the game of baseball.
So the Dodgers advance again to the NLCS. Where they will begin the NLCS is still up in the air. It depends on what happens in Game 5 of the Milwaukee Brewers Chicago Cubs series, and we can talk about that game coming up. But just the Brewers, if they win, Dodgers would have to then get on a plane for Milwaukee and play on Monday in Game 1.
They'll have home field.
If the Cubs win, then the Dodgers can stay in LA and wait for the Cubs to fly from Milwaukee to Los Angeles for the Game 1 on Monday. So the Dodgers can't make any travel plans yet. They simply have to wait until Saturday, tomorrow, when that game is played, and then presumably right after the final out, they either get on a plane or they don't. And
do you bring your luggage to Dodger Stadium or whatever, and you're watching the clubhouse with your boys?
If they watch it all together and get ready to go, hey, plane wheels up 1 hour after the Cubs Brewers game ends if Milwaukee wins,
and if they lose and we're hosting, then optional workout.
I mean, you have to leave because the game's not until 5:08 on Saturday.
That's tough.
So you have to be ready to go. Otherwise, you're flying in the middle of the night on a red eye. I mean, you want to be there all day on Sunday for a workout in Milwaukee. Try to get a good night's sleep. So, yeah, I would imagine they show up at Dodger Stadium with their bags packed, watching the game. And if the Brewers win, they hop on the bus right to LAX and head to Milwaukee.
Oh.
Yeah, well, if they go to Milwaukee, they're heading to the Fister.
But
Except
are
for
they
Mookie
heading to
Betts.
Milwaukee? Because,
Fister? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the Brewers did not get the job done. We will talk about that.
Wow.
Talk about the Padres move yesterday as well as we kick off hour number 2 of Ben and Woods on a Friday. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Well, the Milwaukee Brewers were unable to do something the San Diego Padres were able to accomplish, and that is win a game at Wrigley Field in the playoffs. The Cubs come back with 2 straight wins on their home field.
Man.
And by the way, did you see Pat Murphy after the game? Pretty much saying the Cubs fans were the difference the last couple of days.
Yeah.
They made a huge difference in that series. I guess you can say it now that you're not going back there ever, but that's got to energize Chicago immensely to hear the opposing manager credit your fans with making like a direct impact on the game with their energy and enthusiasm. It's also why it's such a bummer that Petco Park didn't get to host any postseason games, because I do believe Padres fans have that same kind of energy to affect games.
It's too bad the Phillies couldn't take advantage of 20,000 people being in the stands at Dodger Stadium.
That was a pretty lightly attended afternoon game.
Well, no, actually, I figured it out. They were doing they were wearing their home yellows, and their home yellows, and they packed. It was packed. The upper deck was packed with all of the Dodger fans in there. Home yellows. Never seen a fan base deserve the team that they have less than that. You can't. Oh, but it's 3 p.m. Oh, but it's the heat, bro. Petco Park would have been bursting at the
standing
seams.
room only.
Standing room
for
only.
308 Thursday.
They had $60 get-in tickets yesterday for a clinching game.
$60 get-in tickets for a Wednesday weekday day game during the regular season at Petco Park.
Beyond pathetic. And they all got pissy online and started trying to defend it. 3 p.m. Give me a break. They didn't just spring it on you that morning, by the way. It's the game's going to be at 3 p.m. today. Hope you can make it.
Now, Paulie's showing a still shot of the bottom of the first inning and the empty seats in the upper deck.
I actually saw people. You don't understand Dodger Stadium, bro. People they stand in the concourse. That's where they were. They're standing in the concourse. I don't know. Maybe get in your seat when your team's trying to, an 11-inning game.
They're not
terrible.
There's not enough room in the concourse for all those people that weren't there.
They should be embarrassed.
Now, traffic in LA, early start, that is a real thing. I don't know if by the end of the game,
figure it out, man.
If anybody got there or not.
How many people live in LA?
10 million.
We need 50,000. That's what we need. We had 10 million people. You have 50,000 people. Look like a Marlins game. They don't deserve that team. They don't. They don't. It was empty up in the top. Empty.
Back to the Brewers Cubs game.
But it's hot.
Oh
well.
It's very nice.
Figure it out, man.
October.
Figure it out.
Another first inning ambush by the Cubs. That's been their specialty.
Yeah, dude, the first inning bit. Man.
Ian Happ, 3-run home run. Guy who had been ice cold through the Padres series and the start of the Brewers series. He gets a home run. And then the game kind of settles in. Freddie Peralta, shuts him down for the next 3 innings. But Matthew Boyd, who had been a little shaky in his last time out, comes through with 4 2/3 shutout innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. A very nice performance by Matthew Boyd before he gets taken out in the middle of the game. And the Cubs add on with home runs. Kyle Tucker, his first home run in over a month, his first extra base hit of the postseason. That's a very encouraging sign. If you're the Chicago Cubs, 2 of your key offensive players who had been doing not much going deep in that game, and Michael Busch staying red hot. He went deep against the Padres. I think this is the 3rd time he's gone deep against the Milwaukee Brewers, adding on as the Cubs shut out Milwaukee 6-0 to send the series back to American Family Field for game 5, and that'll be on Sunday in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Brewers,
tomorrow in Milwaukee.
Brewers started to put together a little bit of a rally against Boyd. Had the first 2 guys on, 9-hole hitter coming up. Guess what they did? Bink, boom, laid one down. Gave them a very important out, and the next 2 guys did not come through. You're down 3, and you're playing for what? 1, maybe 2, maybe 2. Just saying, it's not really working. They keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Seems like an odd strategy.
And you're a strategic guy.
I am a strategic kind of guy.
I'm more of a feelings guy, and even I'm like, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Guys on the ropes, I go, lefty. We got to lay it down. Okay. All right.
There's
hopefully it works.
There's playoff brain that does infect
You saw
managers, players.
You saw it last night on full display.
Playoff brain. You play 162 of these things, and then you get to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, because it means more or there's more pressure, you feel the need to do something to shake things up, maybe like, oh, we're not hitting. Let's see if a bunt can get us going. You wouldn't think that in the regular season. If it was a regular season game and you're down 3 and you've got 2 runners on, you're not bunting there, are you?
No.
Is that because it's the playoffs that you think that that's the right thing to do?
Yeah,
now?
maybe it's the feeling of like, well, if we can scratch one out here, what if the guy hits a 3? What if Boyd hangs a slider and the guy puts a swing on it, he hits a 3-run homer? Like, what if he hits double? What if he strikes out? Okay, that's fine. Like, our leadoff guy's coming up next. We do have a runner in scoring position. We were already playing for 1 run, maybe 2. Christian Yelich is coming up. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand the Pat Murphy, of all people, knows how precious it is. He knows how hard it is to collect those outs and to just hand them away. It's a dead horse that I'm beating. I know that. But holy cow, you just see it all the time. Playoff brain, you're right. It's a real thing. You just this panic of like, well, we got to get one here. We got to get these guys over. Nobody's out. Nobody's out. They're on the ropes. You're not on the ropes. You're actually in the driver's seat. You're in the driver's seat. You're I got the keys and I'm gassed up and I'm ready to go. And when you squared a bunt, they go, whoo. They took it, they got the out, and now there's 1 away. And now they got 2 chances instead of 3 chances. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially when you're down 3 runs.
I know that both the Brewers and the Cubs will be on pins and needles waiting to hear our picks for the game tomorrow because whoever we pick, obviously their season will end and the other team will go on. So if either team would like to incentivize us to pick their opponents, we're certainly listening to offers this morning. But we all picked the Brewers to end the series last night.
We did.
And we were all wrong again.
I'll take the Cubs and the momentum. I'll take the Cubs and the momentum.
We don't even know the starting pitchers.
Doesn't matter yet. I'll take the Cubs and the momentum. And I will take, what's the other game tonight? Detroit and Seattle.
Tarek Skubal, George Kirby.
I'll take the Tigers and Skubal.
They have to beat Tarek Skubal for a fourth time this season to advance.
You got to imagine that, like, at some point, Skubal's going to go, you know what? I'm going to get you guys tonight. Interesting.
Cubs are certainly a little more thin when it comes to pitching options.
Sure.
Probably going to do what they did against the Padres, the opener into Shota Imanaga thing. Imanaga has not been great in the postseason. Their opener strategy has not been particularly good either. Will it be Kittredge or someone else? I heard, I think Eduardo Perez said, bring back Tyone on 2 days rest to open. I go, that sounds crazy. So I have no idea exactly what the Cubs are going to do in that game tomorrow, but certainly all hands on deck in an elimination game. And now it's an elimination game for the Brewers as well.
And then that
be awfully disappointing for them if they have the best record in baseball and can't make it through one round.
Bro, that thing that creeps in, like we just handed off 2 games. Like they've just won 2 straight. And now, we get to go home, but they get to hit first. And they've been just pounding runs in the first inning. So we got to figure out a way, the Milwaukee Brewers, to neutralize, Ian Happ and Seiya Suzuki and all those guys in the first inning. Like, we have to get a clean first or we're toast. Well, then we're playing from behind at home in a playoff game. Get your bunting shoes on, right? So and you also realize, like, oh my God, we had a 2-0 lead. Like, it creeps in. There's no question. It creeps into their mind of like, we could blow this. We could blow this, and we are going to be the laughing stock of baseball for at least a couple of days. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Meanwhile, the San Diego Padres made their first move of the offseason, although you can kind of more categorize it as still a this season move. They still had some money left in their international bonus pool for 2025. Remember, AJ Preller usually spends that right away. I think the pool opens like January 15th, and he's usually like, spend it all. But he saved all of it for Roki Sasaki last year, and then Sasaki chose the Dodgers. So he had some leftover money and decided to use the rest of it basically on a contract for an 18-year-old right-handed pitcher from Taiwan, Lan Hong Soo, who probably will wrap up their 2025 international amateur class. Don't know much about Soo. He was the closer for the 18 and under Baseball World Cup team for Chinese Taipei that won the bronze medal for that tournament. Jeff Sanders wrote a little bit about his stuff. Right now he's got kind of a low 90s fastball, very sharp slider, and kind of a split changeup that he's been working on. He's certainly a thin guy. I see Paul had his stats, 6'2", 155 pounds. Is that healthy? That seems awfully thin.
He's a kid, though, isn't he?
He's a kid.
He'll put on some weight, I think.
At some point, you probably need to fill out that frame a little bit and hopefully add a couple of miles an hour to your fastball. But he was at
18.
Petco Park. Darvish was there with him yesterday, saying hello, and AJ Preller as they welcomed new Padre to the family.
Yeah,
not someone that you expect to see at the big league level anytime soon. No.
It didn't move me much.
I mean, you need to.
You have to.
You need to fill out.
You need bodies.
Your international class. Yeah. And
hey, we want Roki Sasaki. Well, we got Roki Sasaki. It's our version of Roki Sasaki. So
get him in the weight room.
Great.
See what happens.
Yeah, he's a string bean right now. But Jacob Mizorowski is like 6'5", 130 pounds, and he throws 104. So you never know. You never know.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back with Don't Do This is coming up, and looking forward, we're going to play the audio. One of the more stand-up moments by a professional athlete in the worst moment of his professional career yesterday for Orion Kirkering. We'll play
the worst moment.
The whole audio. Paulie's edited the parts that need to be edited, but if you missed it, standing up after that last night against the Dodgers, we'll play that for you coming up next here with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, as we get ready for the weekend, if you have not downloaded the Prize Picks app to start your daily fantasy journey like I did a little over a year ago, this is a great time to do so because there's so much sports going on right now, whether it's baseball, the playoffs, college football, pro football, the basketball season underway, hockey season. You can make hockey picks on Prize Picks as well. All you're doing is picking against the numbers. 2 to 6 players, stat projections. Open it up my pro football weekend this year. George Pickens, more or less than 1/2 of a rushing or receiving touchdown. Now, that's a little demon, so you get actually extra odds on one of those. Look for those goblins and demons for the easier wins or the better odds that you can actually win. Baker Mayfield, 238.5 passing yards against San Francisco. Those are just a couple of the examples on the app right now. Combine sports together however you like to play it. Prize Picks has your game. No matter how much you're playing, how little you want to play, you can set your lineups your way with Prize Picks. You can also follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app. Just copy their lineups. Make it real easy if that's the way you want to do it. Just make sure when you download the Prize Picks app, you use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. At Prize Picks, where it's good to be right, must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Crossing our fingers that Darren Smith has landed safely.
Haven't
and
heard
will
anything
join
yet,
us
right?
Coming up
I'm
here at the
literally
bottom of the
texting him
hour.
right now.
Okay.
And I said, I don't know if no news is good news or not, but just checking in.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll be malleable.
In the meantime, let's get to Don't Do This, brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
this.
Is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. Woods, you can go first today.
Well, you probably saw the headline come out that Paul Pierce was arrested on suspicion of DUI, driving under the influence. Now, he has come out and said, not so fast, my friends, not so fast. He's chalking the entire ordeal up to being, quote, old and, quote, tired, which I think we can relate to.
We can relate to that.
But he
Old
said-
and tired.
He said he was taken into custody late Tuesday night after police officers found him asleep at the wheel of his Range Rover SUV in the middle of the 101 in LA.
The middle
The
of
middle
the
of the 101.
The middle of the 101.
So there was
One of the busiest freeways on the planet Earth.
There was a crash up ahead. He had taken a picture of all the brake lights and stuff. They closed the freeway to look at
middle of the night traffic is the worst.
They closed the freeway to investigate the crash that was up ahead. He goes, I was stuck in standstill traffic for 45 minutes and I fell asleep.
Okay, I can kind of relate to that.
I took this picture that night because I've never been in standstill traffic for that long. I'm old. I'm tired. I fell asleep. I'm good, y'all. Thanks for the love. Now, he did not address the allegations that he had been drinking prior to dozing off in the car. Paul Pierce, I mean, you remember, like, he's posted some wild stuff on Instagram, some wild of him. Like, now again, doesn't mean he was drinking that night. There's no proof that he was drinking that night. But like,
I'm assuming that they conducted some sort of breathalyzer / blood test on him.
Or he said, nope, I'm not doing I fell asleep. I'm not doing it. That's what you're, kind of told to do sometimes. So, I don't know what the police will, obviously, if there is evidence to convict him, they will. But he is now using I fell asleep sitting in traffic for 45 minutes. The freeway was closed. My bad.
I wonder, had traffic started opening up and
Yes,
he
and
was
then
still sleeping there? His cars are trying to go around him. That's it's tough.
You ever been stuck on the 101?
Tough.
It
Is.
is.
405 for
405,
sure.
no
like
doubt.
2 a.m.
It is, man.
Dead stop
It
traffic.
is horrible.
Really bad.
405 should be eliminated. There's nothing worse.
Awful. This
Paul, your wife said, "Yeah, I would get tired when I get drunk too." Yeah, it's true.
So this story is a don't do this. It actually has a bit of a happier ending, but it speaks to a bigger problem that a lot of young professional athletes face, and that is bad actors when it comes to their money. I think a lot of pro athletes who sign their first big contracts try to do the right thing and, maybe hire a financial advisor, someone who can hopefully, put them in some good investments, save for the future, and be responsible with their money. But a lot of them end up in even more trouble because they get the wrong financial advisor. We've heard some bad stories even out of the San Diego Padres, money-wise,
Yeah, I mean, look,
that has happened over the years.
And it's not just young players, man. It
Yeah.
happens to veterans and stuff all the time. Jake Peavy's talked openly about, the things that happened to him. And bad actors is the right phrase because they get in there and they start spending your money and putting it in places that benefit them and not you. And next thing you know, you look up and your money's gone.
So this story involves former Miami Dolphins Pro Bowl safety Rashad Jones, who claimed that his financial advisor with Merrill Lynch stole $2.59 million from him in money laundering schemes, very complicated little transactions, 133 different transactions where he's just siphoning off the money in the form of thinking that these are some sort of investments that he is making. And then he was using it. The advisor, Isaiah Williams was his name, to fund his lavish lifestyle, airline tickets, hotels, strip clubs, cars, jewelry, and duty-free shopping in Mexico. It's always the same laundry list of what your criminals use their money on, isn't it? It's kind of the same stuff.
Yeah.
But the happy ending here is that Jones went through the proper legal channels, filed his lawsuit, and just yesterday, Merrill Lynch, who was the employee, where the guy worked, is owing Rashad Jones not just the $2.59 million, but $9.5 million for all the legal expenses, everything, damages. So he actually was made whole again in his lawsuit, which is a good ending to this story. But so many other athletes don't have good endings to their stories.
He lost 2.5 and was paid back
9.5. Yep.
Can someone steal my $400 and then pay me back, I don't know, 150,000? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give somebody my $300. All right, let's do some doo-doo this.
DD mega doo-doo.
Well, we told you. We've been talking about it all morning. They're still talking about it. They're going to talk about it probably for the end until the end of time. The Orion Kerkering play at home plate where he just panicked and threw it to home instead of going the easier route and going to first base and extending the game and potentially giving the Phillies a chance to move on. But threw the ball away. Season's over. The Phillies, as we know it, is over. They're over.
By the way, even if he had thrown it straight to home plate and hadn't thrown it, I think he would have been.
I think he might have been safe.
Hyun Kim would have been safe.
I think
at the plate.
But we'll never know.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
Well, did you see the angle? He didn't touch.
He didn't touch home plate at first.
Oh,
yeah, he came up short.
He did come back. Now he did come back and touch it.
Yeah, but he
did not touch home plate.
He did not get it at first.
If they had caught it and he had not touched home plate, he would have been out.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Crazy. Yeah. It just makes it worse for him.
Wow.
Yeah, there was like an overhead angle, and he completely did not touch home plate.
I did wonder if he would speak to the media after, and he did. And I thought it was, again, after the biggest mistake of your life, season over, you're standing in there, and the guy's got cameras and microphones in your face. And this is what he had to say.
Hang on one second. Just went away on me there.
No excuses.
Just hit off my foot.
Hit off my foot.
Just kind of, once that pressure got to me, I just thought it was a faster throw, the JT, a little quicker throw than trying to cross body at the Bryce. So, just throw.
Yeah. Did you hear them telling you to go to first at all, or were you just in the moment? It wasn't even
just in the moment.
Yeah.
Can you see JT pointing in that moment, or is he just kind of looking up?
Just kind of looking up, just be ready to go. I mean, a lot of guys at the end of the year, first ones there, just what the guys say to you in that win. Just keep your head up. It's a honest mistake. Just it's baseball. And just keep your head up. You'll be good for a long time to come. It's not my fault. Just had opportunities to score. Just keep your head up.
Conversation with Rob too. What did he say? What does that stuff mean to you? And all those guys picking you up so quick.
It means a lot. It shows they care a lot. Just means everything for sure.
I'm sure a lot of guys in here have had moments early in their career that, they can kind of remember very vividly. How much do you think you can use this kind of in the off season to for good?
For sure. Yeah, a wall with a tennis ball for sure. But
A wall with some tennis
just kind of keep going with it. Hopefully it started a long career. Just keep back in my head of this really sucks right now, but hopefully keep pushing and get over this hump. Keep pushing.
Very well done by Orion Kirkering. And yeah, man, it's going to suck. It's going to suck for a long time until for him, until you are on the mound in Game 7 and you get the final out of the World Series and you lift that trophy. All those demons are exercised at that point. But I really think it would take something like that. For me, it would need to be that. Not being the second guy out of the pen in a World Series championship team. You know what I mean? Like, I would need to be the full redemption Game 7, 3-2 pitch, and I get him.
And what I have so much respect for, not just standing up and doing that interview, but admitting what we all knew when he said, I panicked. Panicked under the pressure. I mean, yeah, obviously panicked under the pressure. Now, he might be right. That throw to first under that kind of pressure as well, could have seen it easily going right down the right field line
100%,
as well.
100%.
So in that sense, his thinking in the split second that he had, like, this 40-foot throw looks a little more palatable than crossing over my body and then trying to rifle one to first base, even though that's a very common throw that you practiced a billion times since the start of spring training. It was the right play. As they mentioned, JT Realmuto was pointing. I saw some people trying to blame JT Realmuto
for not yelling,
for not being more like
vocal
and pointing. He was pointing toward first base, but standing. I mean, what else is he supposed to do? He's got to stand on home plate.
I do wonder if he yelled.
The throw comes that way, but he was definitely pointing toward first, like go to first, go to first, go to first.
Yeah, like Andy says, it's a tough play. You can practice the PFP. You can't practice that level of pressure. There's no way to replicate that pressure.
Coaches will try and say, hey, you make an error here, everybody has to run winning sprints.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, that was a tough one, though, man. That was a really, really tough one. But again, I blame the offense entirely, just like I did with the Padres, just like I didn't blame the umpire. It was a bad call, certainly, but don't let the guys at the top off the hook. And don't let the guys at the top off the hook for Philly either. They were terrible.
If you were Orion Kirkering, do you feel worse for the fans or your teammates?
My teammates. Yeah, I feel terrible for my teammates, man. I feel terrible for Luzardo that came out. I feel terrible for Christopher Sanchez, Matt Strong. I mean, those guys, they battled their tails off to try to get to a Game 5.
But you also know that a lot of your teammates also did not come up big in that game.
It's true, but it doesn't give me any. I had a chance to end it or at least extend it, and I did. And I panicked, and I admit that I panicked. I would feel terrible for my teammates.
You know what? Sneaky.
The game ended, and you were the last one to touch the ball.
Yeah.
What's a really sneaky bad feeling is for a lot of people in the organization, not the players, but in the postseason, you earn postseason shares, extra money for each
extra
round.
Money.
And for the players, it's just usually a little bit of a cherry on top. They're making a lot of money anyway, but they like the trainers, the staff members, clubbies, they all get voted like a quarter share, which could end up being like as much or more than their salary for the season. If they go on all the way to the World Series, I would think like letting down all those guys going like, oh, there goes your extra Christmas money this year.
Well, if I'm
it's all on me, and he can't make it up for everybody, obviously.
No, and if I'm Kirkering, I feel that way, certainly a little bit. It's mostly about my teammates. We've been battling together all year.
His manager might get fired now.
His manager may get fired.
I don't think he will.
The players love him. They were all asked about him last night. They absolutely love him.
I don't feel like Dombrowski's a knee-jerk general manager to make that move over, how that they played the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They didn't hit. I mean, again, that would be Similar to firing Mike Schultz today.
But I feel, Benny, like if I'm Bryce Harper, I go up to that kid and go, "That's not on you, dude. That's on me. I make $350 million a
looks like
year."
they kind of did.
They did.
Yeah.
I thought that Rob Thompson making sure, somebody said last night, there's a time for anger and then there's a time for coaching. And he said that was a time for coaching, and he put his arms around him immediately and would not let him go. And I thought that was a really cool thing. But yeah, they're losing so many guys. Dombrowski's really going to have to. I mean, it's like I said,
they could spend a fortune just to get their team back that didn't get there this year and is going to be older and on the decline. Yeah. It's a tough spot to be. It's the spot the Padres are going to be in a couple of years as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
if we're not there, close to already. Yeah. I mean, our core is locked up, but how good is our core?
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
All right, let's take a timeout. Update.
We do have an update. We're still trying to figure it out.
All right,
but
Darren
is in San Diego.
Okay, good.
It's just a matter of, do we want to do a phone call from the back of his Uber or push it?
Kind of now.
We'll see. All right, either Darren Smith or we can get to the Padres Smorgasbord a little early, one way or another. We'll be back in just a minute on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan. One thing we can do now is remind you that during wildfire season, it's all of our responsibility to help us all be safe. If the possibility of Santa Ana wins, SDG&E knows that, it's not what everyone wants, but sometimes they need to shut off the power for public safety purposes.
Yeah, listen, and I think there's some rain coming in the future potentially, but don't let
a little bit last night.
Yeah, you can't let your guard down this time of year. You just
crazy
can't.
Thing is the rain causes the plants to grow, which then just increases the fire danger even more.
It's crazy. So just, be vigilant, and they don't want to have to do this, but they do it for your safety. So again, go to sign up for outage notifications. Make sure they have your most up-to-date contact info should they need to contact you. And you can get all those notifications at sdge.com/notify, or very, really simple. Go to your smartphone, go to the App Store, download Alerts by SDG&E, the app, and again, stay prepared, stay vigilant.
Did you know that vegetation moisture is one of the items of scientific data that SDG&E uses to determine whether or not they need to shut off the power? They're doing this days in advance so that they can alert you a couple of days in advance and then alert you when the power comes back on. But again, go to sdgne.com/notify to put in your information and make sure you download that Alerts by SDG&E app.
Darren Smith, 8:35. Padres Smorgasbord.
You Darvish's future with the Padres next after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Mentioned Paul Pierce in our Don't Do This segment. Paul Pierce, now 47 years old. He retired, I think, 9 years ago from his NBA career. LeBron James, now 40, in his 40s, still trying to continue his career, but finding it a little tougher at that age. Saw yesterday that they announced he will miss the start of the season and possibly 3 to 4 weeks or more due to sciatica pain down his right side.
How do you play basketball?
You can't.
You can't.
How do you do just about anything?
I know.
There is
maybe you hang him up. Time to hang him up.
It is. I've dealt with sciatica pain before. It is debilitating. It's crippling. It can go away, and you can be fine. But if I'm the Lakers, it's hard to imagine counting on LeBron James. Who knows for what this season?
I did
that's
see.
What he's dealing with.
I saw some Laker fans tweeting yesterday. All right, maybe we'll be better without him on the court, which is hard to imagine. But
they're already transitioning to the Luka Doncic era, and this may hasten it.
Yeah,
you don't see a lot of professional athletes. I mean, sciatica is something you get when you're older usually, and LeBron is trying to extend a career beyond the limits of what a normal human body should be able to do.
Got a lot of tread on those tires. Lots of tread on those tires.
I mean, he's his 23rd NBA season, breaking the all-time record this year, which is, it's unbelievable what he's done with his career, his life.
Yep.
It's amazing. But when you're getting to this age and start the old age ailments start,
tell me about
varicose veins, liver spots. I mean,
he doesn't have liver spotted hands. He's not 80. LeBron James with liver spotted hands.
He's questionable tonight with liver spots.
Yeah. God. Jeez.
But I will say
incontinence. He just pees himself.
It's no joke.
He's jeez, dude.
LeBron for depends. I mean, they are hiring a lot of athletes now for their endorsement campaign.
It's incredible.
All right, let's get to our Padres Smörgåsbord. We're going to discuss, I think, what is a very difficult topic, especially for this show in particular, and that is Darvish's future with the San Diego Padres. We will do that right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. For the most part, folks are doing a pretty good job staying out of trouble on our roads. Kind of sucks to be this person, though. Heading into Ocean Beach, westbound 8 Sunset Cliffs, we are getting reports of a stalled vehicle in middle lanes. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser.
Okay.
That was weird.
Abrupt.
Kelly, where'd you go?
Bye, okay?
Kelly. See you later.
Padres Smörgåsbord.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Call it something else.
But we didn't. And the Padres Smörgåsbord.
You wanted this.
I know I did, and I
want it.
instantly
It's your
regret it.
fault. I
Like,
know
we even
everyone
told you,
blames-
like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Everyone
You're like,
blames me, but
I
it's
just like
not.
the word.
I did. I just like the word.
Not my fault. By the way, normally Darren Smith in this segment, back from Hawaii in his Uber. We will talk to him at 8:35 this morning on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Maybe he can represent Paul Pierce in his DUI case. All right, so Darvish has 3 years remaining on his contract, Woods. 3 more years. $16 million next year, $15 million in 2027, and $15 million in 2028. Because he made more than that in the first 3 years of the contract, the luxury tax number for Darvish is $18 million each year. So this is a significant chunk of Padres pitching payroll going forward. And clearly this last season, actually, really the last 2 seasons, between missing time for personal reasons in 2024 and then missing the first half of the season due to injury and elbow trouble in 2025, Padres have not gotten their money's worth out of Darvish the last couple of years.
Yeah, been a rough couple of years for Darvish, certainly. Obviously a fan favorite, and I think one of the most well-respected pitchers in baseball. I don't know what to do. Because it has nothing to do with me. This isn't even, you can't even ask me my opinion on what should happen. It's not like, oh, do we re-up Darvish? My answer would be no. You don't re-up Darvish, but he's got 3 years left remaining on his deal. This is a Darvish decision entirely. And I don't know how he feels. He did say, he was asked kind of right after the Cubs game, which they took him out in the second inning. He said, we just finished. Like, I can't think about this right now. I'm going to have to think about it in the off season. Our season just ended. That's something I'll go into the off season and think about. I can't really wrap my mind around that right now. Does a healthy 36-year-old Darvish help the San Diego Padres next year for $15 million? And I mean healthy. If he, I'm not saying he's not dedicated, but if he rededicates himself to honing his craft and
he's not going to be 36 next year.
I'm sorry, 38.
I thought you were saying like 36 when they signed
he's
him.
39.
He's already 39.
39.
He turns 40 next
year.
Does a 39-year-old Darvish help you next year?
I thought you were going to say, would a 36-year-old? Yeah. You can there's still a room for him.
How about a 28-year-old Darvish? Can we do that?
We've solved all the issues. Put him in the Wayback
Does
Machine.
a 39-year-old Darvish help you win ball games next year as a San Diego Padres fan? I don't know.
I think
history tells me probably not. You're paying
I don't think it's out of the question that an offseason you comes back and goes, my elbow feels pretty good.
Yeah.
That a 39-year-old Darvish could actually contribute at the back end of the Padres rotation next year. I certainly wouldn't count on him being an ace, but if he can give you, 20 to 25 starts
what
at
would
a
lead you to believe
3.5, 4, like I'm saying, if he
3.5 ERA,
if he
20
comes,
starts,
if he comes back feeling healthy,
what if he wins the Cy Young? What if he strikes out 250? Like, he's got 50.
Can he be as good as Randy Vasquez next year?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, 16 starts the year before last, 15 this year. I don't know.
I think 25
I'm
starts.
not saying that's the likely outcome, but it's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Okay.
That you comes back feeling better. I think much more likely is that as age and elbow trouble continues to catch up with him, it's unlikely we're going to see a healthy Darvish contribute meaningfully for the Padres over the remaining 3 years of his contract, which leaves a very tough decision for Darvish. And I think we're being informed by this largely because of what happened last year. When you took time off of the team and the Padres were willing to pay him during that personal time, and he refused to accept that money for not pitching for the Padres for, what was it, like a 2-month period when he was gone from the team, and he said, I need to deal with this, suspend my salary while I'm gone. If you
Class move.
if you Darvish thinks he wants to retire, what will happen then?
He's not going to leave 36 million. 46 million?
It was 16, 15, 15.
So
So $46 million.
He's not going to walk away from $46 million, and nor
Who
should
would?
he.
Who would?
Who would?
But if he wants the entire $46 million,
He's got to be here.
he has to be with the team all the way through. He has to be rehabbing. He has to be going down to the minors for rehab starts. He has to put in the work to earn his money. And if that's what he wants to do,
he's earned it.
Absolutely within his rights.
And they
He
gave
signed-
him the
Padres
contract.
gave him the contract.
Yep.
He can do that. And you really can't complain about it as a fan. If he's putting in the effort, trying to get back, even if he never gets back, that is absolutely within his contractual rights to take every single penny of that contract over the next 3 years.
Dub J says typically they negotiate a retirement package. Yes, if he wants to retire. If he doesn't want to retire, you can't force him to retire.
The other way, he could retire and walk away from every penny of it if he wanted to.
Who would do that?
I don't
expect him to do that.
So what's more realistic is what Dub J says. If you is thinking he wants to retire and the Padres are going, well, any dollar saved is a dollar saved. If he's not going to pitch for us, we don't want to pay him $46 million. You is like, I don't want to have to do all the rehab, and I would like to move on with my life, maybe accept a role within the organization in another manner, still make a salary, but it doesn't have to be $46 million. Is there a dollar figure in between that the Padres and you, Darvish, can agree on and go, we're happy on both sides of this. Padres can save money on salary. You can, lock in a secure future and maybe a job going forward in the organization. I do think there is very much a possibility that could be the path forward for the Padres and you, Darvish.
I mean, again, it's just speculation. Nobody knows. I
No.
have no idea what's going on in his head, just like we didn't know what was going on, last year. And he has always handled himself with dignity and class and done things the right way. I thought that was, it sucked losing him last year. Then again, he came back for the playoffs and was super fresh and healthy. This was just a year ago, guys. So
shoved.
And so, had he shown more than he showed, had he shown more in Chicago, Ben and Paulie, then I would be seriously, if he went 4 2/3 and gave up a run, I'd be like, yeah, man, you got to have him back. It's not like it's not like we're full of starting pitchers either. We're paying the guy. If he wants to pitch, he pitches. That's how it goes. It's 100% up to him. And
I do think what we know about you, and if he decides that that's the route he wants to take and look into the retirement process and work out a deal, just knowing how, like you said, the dignity and the class, the example that he showed last year, he's also got like $220 million career earnings. Like, I don't know if that makes it any easier. I feel like it would be a fairly non-contentious process between the Padres and you, Darvish.
Brian says, any shot of you to the bullpen? Don't know. Don't know if he has any desire to pitch out of the bullpen. Don't know if he would be effective out of the bullpen. He's been a starter his entire career.
But again, if he wants to do that, the Padres will continue to have to pay him, and that would have to be an option. I don't know that you could crack the Padres bullpen right now.
Fair enough. But long man.
Well, how much if he wants to pitch and the Padres say, all right, but we think you're best served out of the bullpen.
That's their right. That's their right.
That's because it's his right to come back. It's their right to say this is how we're going to use you.
Now, ultimately, remember, the Padres also have to have a spot on the 40-man roster for him, 26-man roster. And if it gets tight, they can DFA him, at which point you
owe him everything.
Then you owe him everything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of over. And then he can kind of retire and have his cake and eat it too, where he doesn't have to sign anywhere. He gets all his money, doesn't have to do anything. But
imagine getting DFA'd and you just get to collect $46 million.
You can start a podcast in Florida.
Yeah, you could. You could start
build a whole new studio and everything.
That's right.
That's why this is such a tough issue to talk about, because we all respect you, Darvish.
Love you, Darvish, man.
Immensely.
Love him.
And they love him in the Padres clubhouse.
Yeah.
They're not going to do him dirty.
No, I don't think so.
In any way. But I do think that you is a unique personality as well in the game of baseball. And I don't see him really wanting to sit around and collect $46 million for 3 years if he's not going to actually be pitching or doing anything for the San Diego Padres.
I mean, you say that, but
I say that because he refused his money last year.
But he left the team.
Right.
That's different to me than
Does he want to be with the team for 3 years and do everything though? If he
what would you guys do if you had $46 million remaining? And Adam comes to you and says, "Hey, how about half? I know I'm not as effective as I once was, but you're going to see my face every day here till I get my 46 mil. Unless, well, we'll give you 35, but you're also going to have a job for the next 10 years."
You're not
All right,
wrong.
fine, deal.
You're not wrong.
I can't even,
and I don't have to come to work.
I can't even get my headspace like into
Can't
that
either.
conversation, because it's like, well, is it me today? Because that, that sounds great, but it's like, do I have $200 million in career earnings?
But look at Dub J too. What about his agent? You think his agent's like, I love it.
Right.
Take a deal for half. This
Right.
is a great idea. Leave it all on the table. Walk away with your dignity. No, come on, guys. This is business. This is business. It's a really interesting topic, one that we're not going to have any clarity on until you, Darvish, speaks.
All right, that was our Padres Smörgåsbord. We'll come back. We got a big shout out to her family coming up. Take on Woods and Darren Smith, all in hour number 3. Stick around. It's Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan, great to be here with you. Hope everybody has a beautiful Friday and a lovely weekend ahead. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer, and Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor. And yes, this one hit home this morning, Ben, when I saw this news.
Saw it last night right before I went to bed.
Yeah.
Texted you guys, but I don't think either of you saw it
I
until
was asleep.
this morning. Paulie texted early, like 4:20 a.m. Oh, no. It has finally happened. I can't call it shocking news.
No, it's not shocking. It's not sudden.
When a 106-year-old woman finally leaves this mortal coil.
That's right.
But Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt has passed away. Famous Loyola University fan and nun is no longer with us.
Yes. The statement that came out yesterday from Loyola President Mark Reed said in many roles at Loyola over the course of more than 60 years, Sister Jean was an invaluable source of wisdom and grace for generations of students, faculty, and staff. While we feel grief and a sense of loss, there's a great joy in her legacy. 106 years is a hat tip. You can't even be sad or mad about it. It's 106 years. She was born in 1919.
Wow.
Her dad was probably listening to the 1918 Black Sox World Series. You know what I mean? Like, it is just insane. Oh, no, Happy Phelps just kicked the ball. You know what I mean?
He
Like,
had
it's
money on the red legs.
Yeah, the red legs and the Black Sox flag. But yeah, I mean, obviously as a Loyola alum, she came to prom. I'd never heard of her until the Ramblers went on their run. I'd never heard of her. I went there and I had never heard of her. I had no idea she existed. Zero. But she became a cult figure and an icon.
There's definitely something that we all find appealing about an elderly person who still is totally with it.
100%.
I think it's aspirational. We all like to think that that's our future. For most of us, it's not.
Definitely not.
If you do be lucky enough to live that,
If you do be lucky enough to live that long,
you're not going to be as put together as Sister Jean was, even in her old age. So we all root for a lady like that. And what I find amazing is that she arrived at Loyola, you know, when most of us are probably in our final days, like thinking, all right, you know, last couple of years I'm going to spend here. She was 71 when she first got to Loyola and then was there for, well, the next 35 years at Loyola University. Think about that, Woods. Longer than we've worked our entire careers. She was at Loyola and she didn't even start until she was 71 when she got there for the first time.
That is crazy.
my all of my math is off here. 1918 was the Red Sox one. When was the Black Sox game? 1908.
Wasn't it?
Was it? No, it was 1919, wasn't it?
1919, yeah. 1919.
Okay. So the year she was born.
Yeah.
Right. And then also they didn't even have radio broadcasts in 1919.
Did they not? When did the radio broadcast
I don't know when the
start
first
baseball?
David J would know. He said he wasn't listening to a game that was played before the first radio broadcast of a baseball game.
When were they doing the recreations though? When they were in the studio with
they
the
had
sound
the ticker
effects
tape
and
Buck Weaver double to left. Yeah, I watched that movie. 1921, first broadcast of a baseball game. So yeah, but I'm just trying to make a point here.
You're close.
Just trying to make a point here. She was born that year, which is insane. So you know how we do it on this show.
Yeah, we got to do shout out to her
family.
This is BBC News. We're interrupting our schedules for the following announcement. Buckingham Palace has announced the death of Her Majesty
Sister
just
Jean.
like that, Sister Jean.
She was majestic.
She was majestic. Yeah, I'd never heard of her.
They just announced her retirement a few weeks
a couple
ago.
weeks ago.
Yeah, she just got bored at that point.
Yeah, we just
don't
talked
retire.
about.
Don't retire. Just keep working.
Keep working. Nobody. I mean, it's like you don't want to drop dead at work, but I think for some people,
Andy wants to know what station we're going to be transferring to for 35 years when we turn 71.
Andy, if that happens, that something has gone terribly wrong. And I mean terribly. He'll be there for sure.
All right, get your heads right on a Thursday.
Yeah, forget it. 71? No, man.
If we live to be 106, you're 50. 56 more years. So 2081. The year 2081. You're still
It'll actually be
kicking around.
It'll actually be my luck that I live to be 106. I don't want to, but it will be my luck. Just a shell of the human being that I was.
Bo will still be a spry man in his early 60s.
Yeah. I was trying to do the math while you're talking there. I was like, Bo would be like 60.
I mean, come on, dude. Forget it. It's incredibly sad. But again, it's like she's 106. Tip your cap to her. What a great life. And I mean, you talk about clean living. That's about as clean living as you can get for the great Sister Jean, who has left us this morning.
I'm not going to play it. Told me not to, but I did find in our archives.
Do not play it.
It was probably
it was like our first bit.
Probably the oldest clip I have of Ben and Woods show lore. It was like 5 days into the show. That was the news.
That was
Sister
the news.
Jean and
Sister
Loyal.
Jean.
Did they make it to the Final Four? Or was it Elite Eight?
Final Four, I think.
Final Four. So we were talking about it on Sports Talk Radio 5 days in as a show, and Woods was like, "I got this bit idea."
What was her secret, do you think, to long healthy living?
I'm sure someone asked her.
Well, she was a nun, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, a little tip of the bottle every now. I have no idea. I don't know anything about her personal life, and I'm glad I don't. Actually, that's one person I'm glad I don't know anything about her personal life.
She eats pretty much everything, but not too much of everything.
Okay.
Lunch is her heaviest, or was her heaviest meal. She eats more lightly at dinner, she says.
Okay.
She had some strategies. Anything else that she can recommend? Pre-game prayer every day.
Okay.
Prayer.
Play it, Paulie. Everyone's screaming at us. You're such a
So
I was going to just open up my Venmo account and be like, highest bidder, get the audio.
You should. I'm so mad at you for even bringing it up. He
Everyone
brings it up
wants to hear
knowing
it.
that I'm going to get back to the
I
corner.
said I wouldn't play it.
Yeah, but they didn't know it existed until you said it. Go ahead. I'm not listening to it.
All right, I'll just play a clip of it. I'll play like the last part because
you can play it. I don't care.
You were
here's the all right. If you
it's like 5 minutes. The whole
now
clip.
that you've opened Pandora's box,
the whole clip is 5 minutes.
Here's the problem. I was trying to do a funny bit. This one had no idea how to react.
No
None.
idea.
Sitting there like staring at me like I've never heard comedy before.
You're an alien.
Yeah, what is happening? Can we talk about the Aztecs?
This was literally dated April 2nd.
I'm sick.
April 2nd, 2018.
You've just brought me back to the rage that I felt when I was like, hey, I've got a funny idea. And my partner is like this. Staring at me. And I'm livid. I remember leaving work and being like, I can't do this. This guy has no idea what's going on. He doesn't want to have fun at all.
All I could see was my career coming to a screeching halt because of this guy trying to do some sort of voices on the air.
God forbid somebody trying to be funny.
We finally get the morning show on the big stick 1090.
Yeah.
I've made it. I'm someone, and I've got this guy trying to do voices over here.
I'm sorry. Did we interrupt the Maurice Jones-Drew interview? Oh, Akeem Talib is on hold. Can we get to the sports? Oh.
It really was. I mean, like we're talking. I think
Our
show started on March 27th.
You have just dredged up, Paulie, all of the silt that I had pushed down. It was down, and you have dredged it up.
I came around.
You
all
dredged
right.
it up. This guy, I'll never forget it.
It was the worst acting I've ever heard.
I hate it.
And
can't
Ben was
bad.
such a programmed sports talk radio robot.
Yeah. Hey, Rocky Long's waiting. Can we get to it, please? I'm sick.
From Loyola University. That is right. She is with us right now, Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, the darling of the NCAA tournament, 98-year-old nun, all the way to the Final Four before Loyola fell to Michigan on Saturday night. Sister Jean, it is such a pleasure to have you on with our listeners here in San Diego. How are you doing, my dear? How was your Easter?
Good morning, Bill. It's good to be here with you this morning on the mighty 640.
Dear, it's Ben and Woods, and we're looking for Woods, but it's the.
Please turn it off. It's so bad.
That was just the beginning. This is the clip I wanted to play. This was towards the end. Ben was saying goodbye to Sister Jean.
Well, Sister Jean, it sounds like you're taking this loss very hard. I only wish that I could say something to cheer you up a little bit, but I certainly.
Where is that no good Woods? Now listen.
Did you know him when he was on campus? He
did.
says he doesn't remember you.
Yes. How could I forget Mr. Woods? He minored in whores and cocaine. 78 years
Great
old
line.
was how old I was when that fellow was on campus. And I'll tell you, he's put on 45 pounds since his days at Loyola as a rambler and rarely in class. Plenty of drugs and alcohol for that young
Was he
man.
a ne'er-do-well? He was a ne'er-do-well, wasn't he?
I'm amazed he's gainfully employed anywhere other than a gas station. Let me put it that way.
Well, if he doesn't get back in the studio in a second or two, that gainful employment might be ending. So I'm sorry that
big surprise.
I'm sorry that he missed this conversation, Sister Jean, but I really hope that you get a chance in the next 10, 15 years to see your Loyola Ramblers get back to the tournament
How
and
dare you
the Final Four and make
dare
another
you.
run.
Well, Bill, let me tell you something. If I make it another 10 to 15 years, I'll go down in the Science Journal. You have a good day, Bachelor Boy.
Thank you, Sister Jean.
That is, you've just unearthed all of these memories that I have to now fight through again and be okay with.
Hey, your next therapy session, it's on me. I'll pay for that one.
It's so true. He was like, I don't want to do this.
I think
we were both bad.
I also think
I was great.
You weren't that great.
I was great. My lines were fantastic.
Ben asked you about Easter, and you talked about like you'd love to bite into a Cadbury egg and have it just drip down your... But I think if I remember correctly, I think you sprung that on him. I don't think it was the night before. You're like, hey, I got this great idea. Ben, work on your lines. It was like a commercial break. Like, I got a great idea. I'm going to go outside.
That's the best way to do it, as we know.
I was terrified. That was me, like, trying my best in a very uncomfortable situation.
I mean, you would have thought I asked him to strip nude
and
do a helicopter in the studio. I know.
Like
You have come a long way.
That was so hard for me.
Oh, I know. And in turn, you made it very difficult for me.
On Easter Sundays, I will wake up and have 4 Cadbury eggs. I like to bite right in the middle and let the cream run down my chin. I don't even care if I make a mess.
That's right.
Is that
feels
is that
disrespectful to play this today, Paulie? So I'm going to put that one on you. I was ready to just let it go forever, but there it is. Man.
All right. And we both need to change our shirts now.
Oldest clip in show history.
That's it.
Don't have a whole lot of saved clips from the first 5 days, but
no, we didn't save our interview with Rob Manfred that we did on what is that, our first or second show?
Yeah, we had Rob Manfred, like Steve Fisher, and Ron Fowler were like our 3 first guests as a show.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
But we saved that clip.
That's
the
fantastic.
The oldest available Ben and Woods audio.
Sweaty right now, and I mean sweaty.
This might be a good time to take advantage of Woods and take on Woods. Coming up next, your opportunity to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas to see Jerry Seinfeld at Caesar's Palace. 2-night stay as well, and a $100 gas card if you want to play our musical trivia challenge, something else we wouldn't have done way back then.
Minored in whores and cocaine, and I don't even get as much as a laugh or like it's a great line. It's a great line.
833-288-0973.
It was crazy. So good. I listened to it this morning. I started dying when I forgot that line. Ah, yes, he majored in whores and cocaine.
He just Anyway, all that was going on.
How was I supposed to react?
In his mind, all he was thinking was Rams, Pelicans, Steelers, Cowboys, Cardinals, Padres, Dodgers. That's all he was going through his head. Oh man, we've come a long way, my friend.
I still don't know like what I was supposed to say though.
I know that's why we don't do.
If we did that
anymore.
bit today, do you think you would be better at it today than you would have 7 years ago?
I don't think I would be.
He would just be more ready that it was coming, right? It's like, all right, he's gonna do this. It's hard. It's hard for me to express.
It's still hard. It's
hard for me to express my artistic
straight
freedom.
Man is not an easy role over here.
I know.
All right, 833-288-0973. Call in, play Take on Woods when we come back. Then Darren Smith at the bottom of the hour. Stick around. More Ben and Woods coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well,
thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. One thing I am very comfortable talking about is the fine work that my friends over at QC Kinetics has done. Our friend Tier 1 Cassidy sent me over this morning. Oh, look at you on my TV again, talking about QC Kinetics. Well, now I'll do it on the radio as well. People taking control of their health and people that are in pain, getting some relief. It's exactly what happened to me. I'm not going to tell you to go somewhere I haven't gone. Not going to tell you to get a treatment that I haven't done myself. And it absolutely works. Absolutely works. So check it out. It's right here in San Diego. Your blood contains tiny but mighty healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Jackson and his team get to the root of where your pain stems from, right down to the cells involved. Putting the natural elements to work, your body can revitalize your joints. It's exactly what happened to my wrist, my knee, did my elbow as well. It's pretty amazing. And again, it's a very simple injection. If I can do it, you certainly can. It's not a hospital stay. It's fast. It's all natural. You can go on your lunchtime. If your back, knee, shoulders keeping you from enjoying life at all, explore all your options before you agree to more pills or surgery. Your first consultation is free. No reason to wait. Call QC Kinetics now. Locations in Hillcrest and Torrey Hills, 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN. Once again, 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Tyler in the chat says, I'm late, but the Sister Jean bit actually still slaps pretty hard. No, it never did. That was the problem. It's not dated. It's not faded. It wasn't good to begin with.
Could have been.
Now, Woods may disagree. He's already left to go to the restroom. So why don't we just get right to it and play today's game of Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. Woods is a professional. He takes this seriously. He came back in to remember to turn off the chat because in our YouTube stream, people will guess out answers, and he doesn't want to accidentally get any hints or see anything. So he came back in to turn off the chat, and he is playing it for real. And we've got a contestant on the line. Let's go, James. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
James, you ready to play some Take on Woods?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this. If you can beat or tie Woods in our 5-question musical trivia challenge, you will qualify for our monthly grand prize trip for 2 to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas. 2 tickets to the show on April 17th at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino and a $100 gas card. Get your Jerry Seinfeld tickets for April 17th and 18th at Ticketmaster.com. Here are your category choices. See if you can pick one that might suit you best. Whispered Secrets. Those are 5 song titles, either including the word whisper or the word secret. Take a Stand, 5 song titles that include the word stand. And our new category, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 5 musical artists with Smith somewhere in their name. So, James, Whispered Secrets, Take a Stand, or Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Let's take a stand.
Take a Stand. All right, 5 song titles. The word stand playing a role in all 5 of them. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there is still time left on the clock. First question is the 2-second song. Paulie's queuing it up now. He'll play a little bit of music. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point. Then Woods will come in. We'll compare scores at the end of the game. James, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Again, the category is Take a Stand. James, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
REM Stand.
Correct. Over 400 artists have covered which 1961 song by Ben E. King that gained new life thanks to a 1986.
Stand By Me.
Correct. Which creepy 1980 song by The Police did former teacher Sting write about a teacher being unable to resist the charms of an underage student?
Don't Stand So Close to Me.
Correct. Country singer Tammy Wynette's signature song is which 1968 classic
Stand
about...
By Your Man.
Correct. Stevie Nicks says which 1983 solo single was inspired by the tune of Prince's Little Red Corvette. Prince even ended up playing the synthesizer on the studio recording.
Give me a...
You've got a second. Stevie Nicks says which 1983 solo single was inspired by the tune of Prince's Little Red Corvette. Prince even ended up playing the synthesizer on the studio recording.
Stand Back.
Back. That is it. You got it. Always going to have a little extra time at the end of the clock.
Yeah, no kidding.
For the last question. You've got 5 out of 5. You're
Well
in,
done.
James. You have qualified. Congratulations. Stay on the line. Let's see if you can get an outright win against Woodsy today. He'll get the same 5 questions without the benefit of the category. James's score is locked in. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on James.
Thank you, Bill. Stand by REM.
Correct. Over 400 artists have covered which 1961 song by Ben E.
Stand
King?
By Me.
Correct. In which creepy 1980 song by The Police did former teacher
Don't Stand
Sting?
So Close to Me.
Correct. Country singer Tammy Wynette's
Stand By Your Man.
Correct. Stevie Nicks says which 1983
Stand
solo?
Up.
No.
Stand
back.
Stand back, son of a bitch! Is it 4-4?
5-4.
No way!
You lose.
Oh!
You lose. You were going for record
Stand
time.
back, stand back!
You were going for record time, and you answered too quickly.
Wow. Really?
James gets the outright win. He qualified either way.
I Kershaw'd that one, man.
Wow.
I Kirkeringed it. Damn it.
You fumbled it. You
I was
picked it up.
feeling
You
so
threw it.
confident.
You just answered too fast.
Well,
You knew the song.
Yeah, I thought it was Stand Up, but then I realized
Stand
Stand Back. In the middle of my room. Damn, it's a good song. It's a good category.
Take a stand.
I say it's a good category because I was ripping through it.
You were.
So and he got 5. So, whew, okay.
He took his time on that last one. He couldn't quite remember it and then got it.
I had it.
You just went a little too fast.
I had it.
All right,
That
I think that's our 4th qualifier already out of 5 this week.
Jeez.
For the Jerry Seinfeld tickets. So
we had a couple. We had tie.
We had a
a
tie.
loss.
No, I'm not saying you lost every time. We had a real or fake win yesterday.
It was a great one.
Qualifier as well.
Great one. Man, I was
so
feeling
we'll
good.
have some new
Locked in.
categories, some new games next week to try to qualify more tier 1s for the trip to Las Vegas. All right, let's have plenty of time here for Darren. He's fresh off a plane from Hawaii.
What a G.
And going to join us coming up next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
If you were listening earlier this morning, Woods brought up one of those other casinos. I like to call it 70 Mile Casino.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much halfway to Yuma.
It's true.
Some are a little bit closer than that, but most of the card rooms in town are really a long drive. And what makes 7 Mile Casino so different is the convenience factor of just hopping on the 5 freeway, getting off at E as you're heading south, and then you're already on Bay Boulevard. That's where it is. You go through one signal, turn left about a quarter of a mile, you're in the parking lot, you're playing cards right away.
Yeah, you walk right in, right smack dab into a California-style blackjack table. You can go right, sign up for a little Texas Hold'em over there. Then around the bar area, they got the Pai Gow and the Baccarat as well. So you can also go sit out on the patio, overlooks the bay. Great patio area, a slot machine-free environment, and a smoke-free environment as well. Got everything you're looking for at 7 Mile Casino.
One of San Diego's few 24/7 options. That's not just the cards, that's the food as well at Sammy's, the 24/7 Players menu, the Kung Pao Chicken, and then on weekends, check out the brunch, best in the South County, Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Those are all the reasons. Now it's up to you. Head down to 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We went on our trip to Philly this past summer. We go to spring training, all nice places.
Are we the jinx?
No, I would. It's not why I brought it up.
Oh,
but
are we the jinx though?
It's always great coming back.
Benwood's curse.
It's always great coming back to San Diego.
Yeah,
you just always feel good when you land or when you drive back into the county.
Of course.
There's always the one exception.
Hawaii's tough.
When you go to Hawaii,
Yeah,
and
it's
come
tough.
back to San Diego, it's a little tougher.
It's tough.
Darren's experiencing that this morning. Darren Smith will join us right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report is driven to you by Manny Sedano Ford and Lincoln in La Mesa and their October Spooktacular sale. Guys, I got nothing for you. No incidents, no accidents, and very few brake lights. Yeah, westbound side of the 52, you're pretty much full blast heading out of Santee. Going to see some stubborn brake lights. Northbound 5 just taking you through the National City area. And one slow pocket on northbound 805 around 47th Street up toward Market Street. Need a truck? Marine vet Manny Sedano is offering incredible savings. Get the rugged 2025 Ford F-150 STX for just $467 a month and only $1 down during the October Spooktacular at Sedano Ford. For more details about these offers, go to sedanoford.com or sedanolincoln.com. Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Kelly's got nothing for us on a Friday. Does she even get paid if there's no traffic? Does she? I think so. All right, joining us right now on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, facing criminal charges. Trust David P. Shapiro. David P. Shapiro.
Friday, Ben. Here he
Big
comes.
clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
It's gonna kill you, dude.
Darren Smith is with us. I'm not saying that you need criminal defense attorney, Darren. It's just the hotline sponsor now. So good.
He
good
knows
morning.
how radio works.
He's had a he's
we're
had a
not that far
hotline
removed from it. I get it.
He's had a
but I
hotline
don't mind it.
sponsored.
I mean, you never know. Yeah,
That's true.
You never know what's going to happen in life.
How was Hawaii?
That was incredible.
It's like you just said. I mean, usually when you get off the airplane, you're like, oh, yes, I get to breathe that familiar San Diego air and there's sunshine on my face. We walked out of Terminal 2 just like an hour ago. And my wife looked and she goes, it's cold here. I was like, okay.
It's like 70.
Nothing we can do about that.
68.
It's going to be about 70 today. It's probably not going to be 90. But yeah, she has gone right into the rack. So she's already back in bed, and you guys get to look at my red eyes after the red eye. It was amazing. Yeah.
But what's
first
a D.
time
Smith
in,
Hawaii
Waikiki
vacation
Beach.
like? Like, give me the rundown. What's a D. Smith Hawaii vacation like?
Well, I will say this one I was sort of tagging along with her. This was actually a little bit of a work trip. So she, as you guys know, she sells wine into different restaurants, and she had one of her customers was opening this brand new restaurant right there on the main strip of Waikiki Beach. So I tagged along with her. We had some Alaska Airline credits or whatever. And it was good. It was a lot of outdoor. It was a lot of, I like going in the ocean. I don't go a lot here. Obviously, where I live, you're taking some risks if you get into the Pacific Ocean in Imperial Beach.
I
And
wasn't going
it's
to
also-
say it.
it's cold and
Yeah.
it's not the same. So I like doing a lot of water activity, swimming, snorkeling. Went snorkeling with some turtles yesterday.
Oh,
That was a lot of fun. But mostly outside, and then we like eating and drinking. So we go to different restaurants and try out different things. I wish we had more time. I didn't get there till Monday night, and we left last night. So it was just a pretty short trip, but I would love to go back because I do think there's a lot of things like I would love to have gone to Pearl Harbor, but it just didn't work out time-wise.
It's packed. Oh my gosh, it's packed.
Is it?
We went once, but I'm gonna give you my kids next time, Darren. You can take Bo and Taylor and just have a great time. You know what I found about kids in Hawaii? They love just sitting around and relaxing. It's the best.
Yeah,
it's the best.
Yeah.
They're so into it.
The culture, though,
It's amazing.
It is, yeah. Like we live by the beach, and so this is our definition of beach culture.
Yeah.
But I mean, every day, kids are there and they're boogie boarding and they're in the water, jumping off the piers, doing all sorts of stuff. I mean, thongs, tattoos. It's just there's something about it there. It is. It's only my second time ever in Hawaii, and my first time was in Kauai. So this was a totally different experience than that. But it did make me want to go back much sooner than the 10 years in between trips.
Darren, let me ask you about, and I don't know how much you got to see of last night, but the Phillies-Dodgers series and just the Dodgers as a whole. We love sports. Sometimes your team wins. Sometimes your rivals win. But it just doesn't seem like anything bad happens to the Dodgers lately. And I know they didn't do what we thought they'd do in the regular season, but, man, they've gotten to the playoffs, and once again, everything seems to be going their way.
Yeah, it's hard to explain it. And even I think we all can acknowledge, we know they're very talented, but then these unexplainable things happen. And when it happens, you do wonder, is there something to, just to the mentality of the opponent in these situations? I mean, I was listening to that game on the beach yesterday. And then, of course, the way they described it, I had to go back and watch it a million different times. I mean, how do you explain that? That is an unexplainable situation and way to end a baseball game. Nobody can relate to it. Nobody knows what it is, how that person feels in that situation, other than everything's sped up for them, right? I don't know that there's any other way. So I maybe there is something to like realizing when the Patriots were really rolling, like you had to, you really, really had to.
You got to be perfect
to knock. Yeah, you had to be perfect.
Yep.
And like the second there was any crack, you're like, is this going to be the turning point, right? And I guess that's the way it feels sometimes with these guys, because we all know what their flaws are. We recognize the talent, but we know the flaws, and yet somehow still here they are again back in the NLCS.
Well, and that's fine. And the only team that has the ability to take starters and just throw them in the bullpen and have a 12-man rotation throughout the season and move, stash Roki Sasaki down there to get perfect. And
Right.
he was phenomenal. I mean, you got to tip your hat to that kid in those pressure situations. Like, who would have thunk that? Not me. I had no idea that was going to be that successful. But when you have your leadoff hitter, who is your best player in the world, and he gets one hit, and you still win the series. And Freddie Freeman has got nothing, just nothing from 1-4. You're like, we're fine. We got it. That's the part where it makes you bang your head against the wall, because we've all spent the last week talking about how our stars didn't show up. And I think the people in Philly are talking about how their stars didn't show up.
Right. And then even afterwards, I was watching some of the post game. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot Tyler Glasnow is still there.
Yes,
still doing things there, right?
The starter, right?
Yeah, he's sort of like, oh yeah, like what a week they had trotting these different starters out. Yeah, I mean, I do think that there are parallels, and I'm sure some have pointed it out between the Philadelphia situation and what it is that happens here. I don't know though. I don't know that it is like having to compete with Michael Jordan in the 90s, right? Where he just prevented all these other people from winning championships, like Patrick Ewing and Karl Malone and like anybody and everybody, Charles Barkley, et cetera. I mean, it doesn't necessarily feel that way because it's not the way baseball works. But yeah, like it does get frustrating to see this happening again. And
the inevitable.
I'm sure it's that way in Philadelphia, where they're going to have some real questions to ask now, just the same way questions were asked around here. I'm sure there will be a top-down, thorough review of everything that's happening with the Philadelphia Phillies, because they've invested a lot of money, and this is not how they thought or where they thought their season would end. So it is frustrating, but it comes with the territory.
No question about it. Talking to Darren Smith here on Ben and Woods this morning, and any surprise on your end? And again, it's not confirmed or anything, but Kevin Acey's piece talking about the all likelihood that the leadership will be back. AJ Preller will be back. Mike Schilt will be back. Almost a certainty at this point. Haven't heard anything from them, which it's been a week, and I think, again, could be recency bias. It feels like it's dragged on. I feel like we should have heard something from someone at some point, but we haven't yet.
Exit interviews and all that are usually done within a first week of the season ending.
But I know there's teams, they've done the end of the season press. I think Skip Schumacher's presser is today to announce.
Literally right now.
It's right now to announce him as the new manager of the Rangers, but nothing yet from the brass. I know they're doing their internal audits and all that, but any surprise when you heard that AJ was coming back?
No, I mean, I felt like it had to be one of two pathways, right? Either you commit to him or you say, hey, listen, this has run its course.
Yeah. So
the fact that it seems like they are going to commit to them, if that reporting is accurate, and Kevin's usually pretty good about this stuff.
Yep.
In a very oftentimes condescending way, but that's Kevin, and he's a friend, and I say that, but he knows what I'm alluding to. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's the way to go. I mean, I would really be disappointed and shocked if it went a different direction. Like that's why it was really surprising to even have an opinion out there that it was under consideration.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, the whole statement thing from John Seidler, I think can be, it can be overanalyzed for sure, right? Because he points out all these things 4 times in 6 years, back-to-back 90-win seasons. And then it sort of leaves you hanging, right? With the ambiguity of it all, which is like, well, we didn't do what we wanted to do and changes. So, you sort of are left hanging thinking maybe something drastic is going to happen. It doesn't feel that way necessarily, but these things change. We've all lived through this, through different versions of this. And until you actually see some things, presented as fact, there is going to be the environment of people saying, well, what is taking so long? Why is this a week now plus removed and we haven't heard from anybody? Don't want to, say that it shades of Bob Melvin all over again, but we are not that far removed from it, where it's like, well, why isn't Bob speaking? No, he's coming back. And the reporting was he was coming back. But why isn't he speaking? And then we found out, well, he's off to go chase his dream job at the San Francisco Giants. So, I don't think it's that, but, when you do have a little bit of that pattern, I think it's fair to for people to want to be thorough through this and say, well, I'm not necessarily just going to go on reporting. I'm going to wait till I actually see it with my own eyes.
Dane in the chat asked kind of the same question that I've been pondering myself. He says, what can the Padres even do? I mean, you can make a knee-jerk reaction and change a manager or a GM, and you can try to go in a different direction, but like, what avenues do you see, Darren? It was suggested by Dennis Lin, the very tiniest suggestion. Well, you could try to trade Fernando Tatis Jr., but then he went through all the reasons why you really can't trade Fernando Tatis Jr. You really can't trade Manny Machado or Xander
Jackson
Bogaerts.
Merrill, forget it.
You wouldn't want to trade Jackson Merrill. So if you can't change anything really significant about your team, then you're just locked into this course for good or ill for the next several years.
Yeah, pot committed, I think, is the term that we're obligated to use when talking about it. I mean, what you guys were just talking about when I was driving home is just it's such an interesting moment for you, Darvish, in this organization.
Yeah.
And the way you guys were talking about it, we've heard that, like, you, Darvish, is such a classy person.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it doesn't make him less classy if he doesn't want to forfeit $45 million,
does
right?
not.
And
Yes,
I want to be
exactly.
careful. I'm not saying that. I'm not like, I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, what happened? I thought this guy was so classy. Why didn't he? Why did he just forfeit $45 million?
He's also,
I don't
he's
need
also
it.
not stupid.
Yeah, dude, a guy in the chat goes, "You's not going to steal money." I go, "It's not stealing. They said here, this is your money. That's not
They
stealing."
gave it to him.
He's
And,
not
listen, they
robbing the
paid,
till.
They've paid guys to go away before. Maybe they,
course.
maybe there's some injury thing going on here. I don't know. There might be some other pathways that you can find a scenario. But you're right. I mean, I will say this. It really did make me laugh yesterday to see the announcement that they signed an 18-year-old Taiwanese pitcher. I'm like, AJ Preller is like a shark, man. He only swims forward. Like that's it. He has no ability to do anything but just move forward. And that's the thing I think you love about him, even if he's not necessarily your cup of tea. But I don't, we all kick around these theories, and you can't just move Fernando unless he wants to be moved. Like he has language in his these are contracts, so you can't do this sort of stuff unless, again, you're really working behind the scenes hard, and this is a collaborative effort where people have decided that they're ready to move on for whatever reason might exist.
Yeah, no question. And again, who are you going to get back? And Dennis talks about it in his article too. You're not going to get the value back that you need to trade a Fernando Tatis Jr. For salary dump, essentially. And that, you want to talk about alienating a fan base. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, for all his faults and flaws, that dude puts asses in the seats every single night.
Even the guy that's like, yeah, you got to move him, trade him. When he's gone,
you'll be pissed. You'll be pissed he's gone.
What are you going to put out there that's even going to come close to resembling that?
There is
doesn't exist.
But there is a faction of our, I feel, our fan base sometimes that, like, it's almost like they miss the mediocrity a little bit, the not being in the news. They want us to get rid of the good players that, maybe haven't lived up to every expectation. And it's like, no. You can't go back now. You can't go back now. You're going to get there eventually someday. Most teams do. But it doesn't have to be today. It does not have to be today. And it would start by trading a Fernando Tatis Jr. Sorry, that'd be an asinine move.
Yeah, I mean, but is it as simple as just a new hitting coach?
Right, right. Is it that easy?
I don't think so. And should that, if that really was in fact something that was a bit of an anchor, then like, why wasn't that identified earlier? You can replace a hitting coach if you're like, this thing is going in the wrong direction. But the previous season, everybody seemed to love it.
Of course.
We joked that this is like the rare Padre hitting coach that should actually think about buying a house since everybody else has just been on rental assignment. So, I put that out that everybody seemingly liked him. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, nah, man, that offense approach, that stinks. So I don't know. I mean, I think part of this also is we don't know enough about John Seidler. That's the other part is at least you had a sense that Ron Fowler was capable of doing things that would be very dramatic, right? And we had a sense that Peter maybe a little bit more of a pragmatist, but always willing to go out there and make some headlines and spend a little bit of money and be bold. And I guess what we don't know is just, well, what is John Seidler? Is he going to be more budget conscious like Ron Fowler? Or is he going to be more like his brother? I don't know that it's possible to answer that question.
Yeah, until we know. Right.
Out of time here, Darren.
Thanks, buddy.
Off week for SDFC, although they had a very SDFC-ish win on the road over the weekend, which was good to see.
Great.
Late goals, what we've come to accustom. But we'll talk next week very seriously as they head into their final game and a playoff run, hopefully after that. And we'll go into depth next Friday. But we'll talk to you then.
All right, sounds good. Let's root for Austin and Orlando. We're doing a little scoreboard watching.
Okay, Austin
that's who we need
and
to win.
Orlando. A little help would be nice to clinch that top seed. Darren Smith,
mahalo,
with us every single Friday. Good to have him as always. We've got an hour left for the Reindl Report. a Saturday Stinkfist, super sexy college football schedule, and more.
Yeah,
all coming
got
up
it.
next on 97.3 The Fan.
Always enjoy our conversations.
Great, Darren Smith.
The fact that he would stay up after a red eye to join us is much appreciated. I feel like I really want to put to bed the conversation about a potential Fernando Tatis Jr. trade.
As we should.
Play it out in your head. Again, he has a no trade clause. Okay, you approach him and say, would you be willing for the right situation to waive your no trade deal?
This surprises me though, because you want to trade everyone with value usually, but not him.
Well, when you have a no trade clause, I operate in a land of reality. And if I'm Fernando Tatis Jr., you approach me with that, I'm certainly offended. First of all,
right.
Okay, why do you want to trade me?
Yes.
Like I'm happy here. I like it here. I don't want to go anywhere. But if I'm going to consider it, yes, I will waive my no trade clause for one team. You can trade me to the Dodgers if you want.
Go ahead.
Padres fans, anybody want that?
I don't.
Anybody want to see Fernando coming back here?
Not me.
13 times a year playing the Padres for the next decade plus. I mean, you talk about the curse of former Padres coming in. That would be the worst one of all time.
Yeah, be terrible. That's how you lose the fan base.
Just
70.
Play it out in your head.
Would you sell out? How many times? 72?
Yeah.
Get ready for one opening day. That's it. You lose 71 sellouts.
Even with the power numbers down a little bit, he's an MVP finalist. He's the best defensive player in the league.
Correct.
He changes the game with his running ability on bases, what he does. And he's a threat to go off at any time. He terrifies opposing pitchers.
He did. He used to. But
he still does. They still
beginning of the year, yeah.
They still treat him like that. They know that any moment he could absolutely launch one to the moon.
I would like to see.
All right, last night we're playing the Phillies last night, and he comes up in that spot that Ohtani came up with runners on second and third. Do they walk
He's
him?
a righty, so I mean, if it's Kirk Ring, it's a righty.
You see what I'm saying?
Lefty, but
they walk well.
Matchups.
Look who's behind him.
To get to Arise.
Luis Arise is behind him. Yes. But with the base open, yeah, you always.
It's not going to happen. So
it's not going to happen.
Let's stop really thinking about it, writing about it, talking about it. I just don't see a world in which it happens.
I don't either.
Unless something happens to just absolutely poison the relationship, which you don't want, Padres fans. You don't want an organization that actively poisons its own relationship with its star players.
I saw one in the chat, and I responded back. I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but it's just the pouting and the stuff. Okay, I get it. It's tough. It's a tough look for him. He just doesn't seem locked in for 162. None of them are. Not one. Who's the most locked in player for 162 games? None of them. There's not one player that's like, I'm locked in every pitch, all year long. It's not. If he held his head high after a strikeout and sauntered back to the dugout, would that make you feel better? Because I think that's what you're asking. You don't like when he lowers his head and kicks the dirt? I don't either. I don't like it either. I don't think it's a good look. I think he's been in the league long enough to know how much body language matters. But at this point, I don't care. Let me have him. I don't want him gone. If my alternative is he mopes a little bit from time to time or he's gone, I'll take the moping. All day. He's played more games in the last 2 years than he has. He's on that path of like a very dependable, after a lot of mistakes. This
is the same guy who, when Manny hit the home run in game 2, between the bases, is jumping,
screaming and jumping,
fists in the air. He's also a ball of energy for the team.
Correct. So again, like as Elise says, he is a human being. He is a flawed human being. As are you listening? As am I. Everyone but Ben. A flawed human being is going to make mistakes. He's going to not carry himself well. He's going to do dumb stuff, as they all do. But this weird thing about him of like, oh, he needs to be locked in 162.
I don't know. Now, I don't know that any of the body language, I don't think it affects any of his at-bats. Yeah, after the at-bat, you may not like his body language.
He doesn't go up there,
but I don't think he's
a little leaguer.
Exactly.
Does he take some bad ABs? Yes. Does Shohei Ohtani? I mean,
we've seen a ton of them.
He's got one hit and 18 at-bats. Like, he's not having the world's best ABs right now. He's not. He doesn't. His body language isn't ideal, but you don't hear anybody talking. Not trying to trade Shohei Ohtani. I don't know what it is about some of this fan base that wants this guy gone so badly. It doesn't make any sense to me. He is an elite talent. An elite talent, not a good talent, not a solid player.
And right at the beginning of his prime,
he is
for the
an
next few
elite
years.
talent. He's an elite talent. Enough.
All right, let's get some headlines. What we've missed so far with a little Polly Reindl report,
and get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Happy Friday, buddy.
It is the Reindl Report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Let's get started. We had some football on last night. We briefly mentioned it very early in the show when we were talking about the temperature in Philadelphia this morning. Philly Sports Talk Radio. Yes, the Phillies season ended in horrific fashion last night.
Yeah.
And if you were watching that game and then you decided, let's go see how our beloved Eagles are doing, they were losing at halftime. They went on to lose to division rival, the New York Giants.
The New York football Giants.
34-17. It wasn't particularly close either. Jackson Dart led the way for the Giants, 17 for 25, 195 yards and a touchdown. And then Cam Scatterbo, 98 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns.
He's a lunatic.
Hear me out. Cam Scatterbo, football version of Paul Skeens. Kind of a lunatic, young, overly enthusiastic at times.
No, Paul Skeens is never overly enthusiastic. He's sociopathic serial killer. You never see emotion on his face, really. I mean, like maybe a minor fist bump, but he's not like Scatterbo.
He's excitedly telling his college teammates, "I work harder than you and you."
No. This Cam Scatterbo is Gronk.
Oh,
he's the running back version of Gronk. Just rips his shirt off. You'd never see Paul Skeens rip his shirt off after a game. Like this dude rips his shirt off. Went to ASU.
The flips
ASU,
in the end zone.
ASU, yeah. Fourth rounder. People are looking around going, "Oh, there's 20 running backs better than this guy, or 10 running backs better than this guy." He's a football guy. I looked at Scatterbo the other day. They did a little interview with him, and I thought to myself, I've got 2 sons. Would I want a Cam Scatterbo as a child? I came up with a definitive answer. I would not.
No.
I would not want a Cam Scatterbo as a child.
I don't know that I want a Cam Scatterbo long term as my teammate. I mean, on nights like last night, 3 touchdowns, great. At some point, isn't
he's
it's going to be a bit much, isn't it?
Not if you win.
I guess not.
Not if you win at all. He is so fun to watch, though.
I mean, everyone got tired of the Kelseys. Everyone got tired of Gronk, didn't they?
But he's actually I don't think. Did people get tired of Gronk?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. I think he's just. I didn't. No, I think I kind of always liked him.
He was always fun.
Yeah,
as a player, goof, and then he's pretty funny in the media too.
He is
doing
pretty
the Fox
funny
stuff.
The commercials that he's just horrific in, and you're like, it's just Gronk.
Him and Brady throwing the
Still trying to get his USAA membership somehow.
Well, the loss dropped the Phillies to 4-2. They still lead the division, the
Eagles.
NFC East.
You said Phillies.
Yeah, Eagles.
Oh, Phillies. Eagles. Phillies, Eagles.
Red Pen Ben is back.
Right.
Poor Paulie. It's just the red pen.
Him on a Friday correcting anybody.
It's incredible.
Pretty bold strategy.
It has been
you want to be accurate. I know, Paulie.
It's been a long week, or as Ben calls it,
a schlong week.
Schlong week.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. We will switch over to Major League Baseball. I've got actually story 2A and 2B here. We'll start with 2A. It was just announced officially. Now this came out yesterday as well, but the Padres have officially announced that the Savannah Bananas are going to be returning to Petco Park in 2026. Just got a press release like literally 2 minutes ago from the team, and the Bananas are going to be returning to Petco to take on the Loco Beach Coconuts on Saturday, March 21st and Sunday, March 22nd, about a week before the season starts.
Out of town.
No, you're not.
I do have a trip.
No, we're getting ready for our opening day broadcast that week. You'll be here.
I'm so sick.
You like the bananas.
I went.
You went.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed your time.
It was fine. I went.
I don't know. Are there people who want to go every single time, or is this for all the people who didn't get in the first time?
Well, it was the demand was through the roof.
I saw they announced
I was so overstimulated.
They announced a handful of football stadiums they'll be playing in. Kyle Field, Texas A&M. I mean, there's going to be 100,000 people at some of these college football stadiums for the Bananas.
100,000. Guys. It was the most. It was the most overstimulated I've ever been in my life. And I am someone that has lived overstimulated. And I was like, I sat. Hannah was like, the kids are hungry. I was like, I'll go get hot dogs. I'll go wait in line. I'll go get the sodas, whatever you need. Because my brain was at let's say your brain operates at 100. My brain was at 475, sitting in that seat going, oh my God. I can't go back.
Relentless.
Well, if you don't hate the Bananas and you wanted to go, you can go to bananaball.com/tickets.
I so hate them. Also, anything I say is not going to dissuade one person that wanted to go to the Bananas and go.
So you have until October
nuts.
31st. You got to go to the website. You sign up for the lottery and all of that and go through there.
If you've ever applied for the CIA, it's easier to apply and land a job in the CIA than it is to get and or transfer Savannah Bananas tickets. That I will tell you.
Now, my next story.
Dominic, hold on. Dominic says the Bananas will be playing in the Sphere.
Are we? Is that our take on Woods Prize for next month?
Yeah, right. Come see the
who did you say they were
Bananas.
playing? The Loco Beach Coconuts?
Yeah, I did.
So they've added new teams and opponents.
Not
so they
the firefighters.
Yeah, I think they've added a few new teams. I saw Ryan Howard's going to be the manager of one of the teams.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they're expanding. It's the age of expansion of the Bananas League.
Well, story 2B, we talked about it when we had Darren Smith on just a few minutes ago. Skip Schumacher wrapping up his press conference as the introductory press conference as manager of the Texas Rangers. I do have a quick clip right here. He was talking about
his favorite radio show.
No.
Darn, damn it.
Doesn't that kind of make you mad? He didn't wear a Ben and Woods shirt.
I should have given him an incorporator to work into his
that
press
would have been
conference.
genius.
No.
I texted him. I said, imagine, and I took a picture of the TV. I go, imagine not wearing a Ben and Wood shirt to your introductory press conference. Imagine it.
I did find a clip online. Abby Jones covers Dallas sports. She was at the press conference, posted a clip about Skip Schumacher talking about his relationship with Bruce Bochy, who he is taking over the reins. And here is what Tier 1 Skip Schumacher had to say.
Was lucky enough to have known Bruce for a number of years. We go on vacations together every now and then in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, with a bunch of different managers. And right when I got the job here, when CY and Ross offered, he called me and said, "I can't wait to learn from you." That just shows you what kind of guy he is, because he wasn't going to learn anything from me. Right? There's no way. But it just shows you what kind of leader he was, and that just broke the ice. It made me feel comfortable. He let me come in on meetings. We were texting, throughout the season every now and then. So I'm very grateful for how he went about this and allowed me to learn from him. Which I've been around a lot of rookie managers in my career. That's how this thing started. I was a bench coach for a rookie manager. I was a first base coach for a rookie manager. And then I was a bench coach again for another rookie manager in St. Louis. So that's how a lot of guys I've been around. So to have this experience was unique, but I'm very, very grateful for it.
I want to know more about this secret managerial retreat in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
As do I.
Buddy Black did not tell us about that.
Nope.
You
have to be a manager to get invited to the secret retreat in Jackson Hole.
Skip actually just got kicked out of that fraternity for even talking about it in front of a microphone.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
First rule of manager retreat in Jackson Hole: you don't talk about manager retreat in Jackson Hole.
I've heard some stories about that.
Have you?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard about this trip.
Oh yeah, we hear about it at fantasy camp every year almost.
Yeah.
And they all walk in and they're they just got hit by a train. It's not. I don't think it's just managers either.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the Pods 98 team does the trip. I think it's in Wyoming or Montana or something.
They're just a giant.
There's
former
a giant
baseball player fest every year in Wyoming.
And you're not invited. We're not invited. As much as we want to be.
Broadcasting live from there would be so elite.
It would be the great.
Like Lollapalooza.
There it was, Jackson Hole. Every year they go. I think they go from their 98 retreat straight to fantasy camp, and these guys walk in looking like you're like, how was the trip? Really fun.
Carlos says it's called Coach Ella.
Coach Ella. That's genius. It's genius.
Amazing.
Coach Ella.
All right. And then finally, we'll wrap it up here. Got a story out of New York City. A couple of media outlets were duped yesterday by a marketing stunt, I guess you call it. You don't call it a prank, but a marketing stunt. There's a cannabis company in New York called the Travel Agency, and they put out a fake promotional ad for carrier pigeons that will be delivering the cannabis around New York City. Loose cannabis.
Just sprinkling
ganja, aka cannabis. Loose cannabis.
So I'm gonna buy some weed, and they're gonna.
They're
gonna send a carrier pigeon.
They had posters.
Carrier pigeons are fairly reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, they only know where to go like one place. So,
but how do you tell them? Can you go to 35 First Street apartment?
Yeah, I don't
6?
think you can program them. It's just one spot. But
people buy it. They believe this.
Oh yeah, like Fox, the local Fox Fox affiliate in New York ran with it.
Oh my
A couple
God.
other of affiliates ran with it. They had a little video and everything talking about how we've trained these pigeons.
Yeah.
They've got honing devices.
They know addresses,
and we're
they
just
speak
gonna
English.
We put your order in a little backpack that we put on the pigeon's back, and they will deliver it right to you,
right to your door.
And a couple of media outlets fell for it, and people were like, "There's no way, right?" And they had to come out and say, "Guys, we were just kidding around." They only had like a couple hundred followers. I'm sure they're going to have more now, but no, carrier pigeons will not be flying around New York City, everybody.
Can you imagine
delivering any
loose cannabis?
So you're
chasing around the pigeon.
Get back here. You're so high. You're so stoned. And all of a sudden you look out and there's a little bird pecking on your window. And you have to open the window. Here, let me tuck this money into your little backpack. Can you take your weed from a carrier pigeon?
Do you tip the pigeons?
You look at your buddy, you're like, am I out of my mind, or did we just what is that? Shh. What is that? What? Look at the window, dude.
Do you hear that? No, dude, you're freaking out.
That's amazing. People believe it. They go, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening." I'm actually going to start a pizza delivery service, and actual Jaguars will bring it to your home very fast. Nothing will be faster than Woodsy's Jaguar Pizza delivered to your home in 3 minutes or less. Okay, go get them. That's my favorite story of the year. That is my favorite story of the year, that some buffoons fell from that.
Like, did the pigeons check your ID? Like,
oh God, I know I'm naive, but oh my God, this is rad.
Oh man.
Oh my God. What's these Jaguar Pizza coming to your home very, very soon. That's my favorite.
Thought you'd like that.
That's my favorite story of the year, Paulie. That is so good. Wow, cool.
Hello. Oh, my pigeon's
Hello?
here.
Oh, my pigeon's here with my marijuana. Oh, Cheetah Pizza comes along
Cheetah
and delivers
Pizza.
it faster.
Yeah.
As Angela says. Oh my God, man.
I gotta follow that up with a Saturday Stinkfist college football schedule. That's tough, but we'll take a look ahead at what you might be watching. Yes, tomorrow, if college football. Yesterday
tomorrow.
on college football.
Yep.
Coming up next with Ben and Woods after traffic here on 97.3
the Fan. First, though, it's my chance to tell you about my journey with SDFatLoss.com, how I lost my 40 pounds in 60 days 2 summers ago. I've told the story many times. I had gone through other programs in the past. I'd actually lost weight, hated every second of it, especially the ones where I had to eat bars like 4 times a day and just get one small meal. I love that SDFatLoss.com let me eat real foods that I chose, that I got from the grocery store. I wasn't buying it from them. Didn't come in a box or anything. Real food. I ate a lot of chicken, ate some steak, ate some fish, lost the weight up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of my body weight in just 60 days with no exercise and no injections. I was worried about the side effects. What really worries me is that if you don't keep taking the injections, you're going to gain the weight back on. They're not permanent. It's not forever. But with SDFatLoss.com, you're changing your metabolism. You're changing the way you eat. Maintenance is a totally different thing. And what's the point of losing the weight if you're just going to gain it right back again? So find out how it can work for you by getting a free consultation today at SDFatLoss.com. And if you start the program now, think about it. 2 months from now, before the holidays, before Christmas, you'll be a brand new you, down 10 to 20% of your body weight. But you just have to take that first step. Get that free consultation at SDFatLoss.com. Join so many tier ones who have lost thousands of pounds in San Diego at SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Want to thank all of our guests this week, all appearing on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. All right, college football this weekend. Aztecs play on the road tomorrow at Nevada, by the way. 4-1, looking for a 5-1 start.
That's amazing.
Trying to keep it going. Now, the road hasn't been as kind. They lost at Washington State, and they eked out a 6-3 victory at Northern Illinois.
Sounds like 1-1 to me, man.
Yeah, their impressive performances have been at home, so we'll see how they fare against the Wolfpack tomorrow on the road. Nevada, I think, is 1-3 or 1-4, but they played close games. They were close against Fresno State last week. This is not a cakewalk type game. I think the Aztecs are favored by around a touchdown in the game tomorrow. But if you're looking for your possible schedule of best games, here's what I've got for you tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. Let's go to the SEC, where number 8 Alabama will visit number 14 Missouri on ABC. The Crimson Tide are 2.5-point favorites. And Woods, the Tide, they're in a stretch of 6 games out of 7 against top 20 ranked teams.
Wow.
Now, that's not totally uncommon when you're playing an SEC schedule because they have so many ranked teams, but it makes it hard to really evaluate. I mean, if you drop a couple of games and you have 3 losses, but all you're doing is playing the best teams in college football, how do you compare that against, say, like an ACC team that only loses 1 game? It's very difficult when determining at-large playoff berths at the end of the season, like a 3-loss SEC team or a 1-loss ACC team.
Paulie, can you timestamp that and hold that for me?
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm going to bring that up later in the year. Potentially. Do you remember what you just said?
How do you evaluate a 3-loss?
What if it's a 2-loss
SEC team versus a 2-loss? Right.
Okay. I'm just going to remember it.
Notre Dame's not in the SEC, by the way.
I know that they're not in the SEC, but have you seen who they've lost to? Top 5 teams.
Right.
2 of them.
Now, but yes, if Alabama has 3 losses, that means they also have like 4 or 5 wins against top 20 teams.
Sure.
How many wins against top 20 teams does Notre Dame have?
We'll see, won't we?
Probably none because they don't have any more games against top 20 teams. You got to win some of them too.
We'll see.
I'm just saying it'll be an interesting case study at the end of the year.
It certainly will. Right now, as the rest of the year, nobody ranked right. Well, USC's ranked, aren't they? Or no, they
lost,
fell out.
So they fell
That's
out.
right.
So nobody ranked to the rest of the year.
We're going to run the table then.
12:30, we'll switch over to the Big Ten game of the day. Number 7, Indiana at number 3, Oregon on CBS. Both teams are 5-0. Ducks are favored by 7.5 points because they got them on their home field. Indiana has been one of the real great success stories in college football the last 2 or 3 years.
I mean,
turning themselves into an unexpected national powerhouse.
It's just, when did that happen?
I don't know.
And
kind of quietly, just all of a sudden, they were there.
Yeah,
on the radar.
The way that they kind of frame it this week on ESPN is there's a lot of games this weekend that are going to bring a sense of order to the chaos that is college football. And I agree with that. You do have a lot of teams been squaring off where you're like, okay, this is going to give us a lot more of a clear picture. So I like where you're going so far.
You like, it's always wonder, like, how much does the coach have? Kurt Cignetti, the coach at Indiana,
really
seems
good
to be doing something very right for that school. So that's the midday.
What a good game. Yeah.
And then at 4:30, for Adam, let's go back to the SEC. Number 10, Georgia at Auburn. And it feels like this could be kind of a must-win game for Georgia. They only have the one loss, but a road loss at Auburn wouldn't look great. Auburn's unranked, but they're only favored by 3.5 because it's still a tough road game at Auburn. So feels like a very pivotal game in Georgia's schedule this year. That if they can win that one, they feel like maybe they got over the hump early. If they lose, they're going to be behind the 8 ball the rest of the season.
I mean, it's a 3.5 point spread. Georgia's favored by, and again, I think an inferior team, but when it's those two squaring off, it's all right. I mean, sure, Adam's a nervous wreck. Michigan, USC, I have to root for the Trojans.
I couldn't even justify to anybody that that's a top game this week.
They're favored. USC's favored.
Yeah, but Michigan and USC have fallen off here. So.
A couple big names,
for sure. Yeah, I tried to stay away just from name value and look for what I think is going to be
that's fair,
the better games to watch if you're really going to be devoting that much time to it on a Saturday.
At some point, I would like to be able to devote more time to college football on a Saturday, but I just can't.
Well, I mean, like the late game tomorrow, Georgia Auburn, we're going to be watching baseball tomorrow. Game 5 between the Cubs and the Brewers.
Oh, I haven't told you guys what I'm doing yet tomorrow. I'll tell you in the next break.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're doing birthday party today.
Correct. I'm a little nervous.
But tomorrow you've got something you're nervous about?
A little nervous.
Let's wrap things
2
up.
for 1?
2 for 1?
Doubt it. I say this?
Doubt it.
There's the potential for a 2 for 1.
There is.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. The potential. Not that I would sign up for it, but there's the potential.
Don't know. I'll find out with the rest of you when we come back with Ben Woods. Last segment coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, last opportunity this week to remind all you responsible people, or at least who want to be responsible, to your families, if you've neglected your estate documents, you're not really being responsible. It's really simple to go to trustandwill.com, answer some questions, and at the end of the process, get a will or a trust that can make sure your family is taken care of after you're gone.
Well, it does give the air of responsibility once you get your trust and or will done. You're like, I am really, really responsible. And when in reality, in my case, I should have done it years ago and I didn't. But Trust and Will makes it so simple. Go to trustandwill.com, use the code radio20 when you check out, and they'll give you 20% off, which you can't beat that deal. You get your documents back, have them notarized, and then it's official, and you throw it in the drawer and leave it.
Yep. Specifically, if you want to make sure your family has access to your your 401k, your assets, a trust is the way to do that. If you don't have one, you're headed for probate court, or they're headed for probate court, which can be expensive and lengthy and something they really don't want to deal with when they're just dealing with, obviously, a really tragic loss probably as well. Go to trustandwill.com, use code radio20 at checkout, take care of it before the weekend, and have that peace of mind going forward at trustandwill.com.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Costume change here on the Venom Woods program.
Oh, yeah, as usual.
Watching on our YouTube stream. Who's the provider of our great hats here that we're wearing right now?
We just got yesterday, our buddy Josh dropped off some hats for us. And he's at Keep the Faith SD on Instagram. And he said, I made these hats. He got the same guys that do the Seeger brand to make these. They're really good quality. So he's like, hey, these are for you guys. Wear them, enjoy them.
But do they fit my hat repellent head?
Yeah, it looks great on you. Why does it look so weird? It looks great on Paul. I don't know how I look. I haven't seen mine yet.
It does look not bad. It looks better on either of you than it does on me.
It does. Someday.
Am I wearing it wrong? Is there a different way to wear hats that I've never been taught the right way to put on a hat?
I feel like you used to look okay in hats, and I
don't know what happened.
I don't want to be mean, but it's just, all right, here we go. Here's the it's not just me. Ben with a hat is just not natural. Wear it backwards, Ben. Ben is hilarious. Ben wears it too high. Ben with a hat on is different. Pull the bill down. Pull the bill. The crown is too tall. It looks like a. Take your glasses off, number one. Now slam that thing down on your head. Yeah. Pull it down. The back. Better with the bill down. Pull the bill down lower. There you go.
Hard?
Why is it so hard for him? The hat. Okay, that looks semi.
It's really uncomfortable now.
Maybe you shouldn't wear hats.
Now, maybe you're just maybe a fedora is really
your my hair for TV.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, again, we talked about. I told you guys about something I'm a little nervous about, and it's based on past experience. Thank you again, Josh, for these. These are awesome.
Thanks,
again,
Josh.
At Keep the Faith SD. So I'm banged up. Like my body's banged up. My feet hurt. My hands, like my all my muscles hurt. Pulled hammy, right? And I've got a game on Sunday that I really want to play in, and then we've got this tournament in Arizona, the baseball tournament. It's 5 pool play games, and if you make the playoffs, 2 more. So the potential of 7 games in like 5 days. It's a lot of baseball. And I put it together. It's my baby. It's my team. I've worked incredibly hard on it. I want to be able to play. So I'm trying to get my body right to feel good. And I think the only thing I can do is I was looking for a place with a cold tub and a hot tub together so that I can just, like at fantasy camp, just.
They say alternating between the two is very therapeutic.
So my body is in shambles. It's just a wreck. And my hips hurt. Everything hurts. I just need to get some therapy done. I've got my guy that does the muscle work, and he's helped me so much, but I'm just sore, and I just need some therapy. So I go to Google, I type in hot tub and cold tub, and I find a place, and I go, okay, this looks pretty good. Now, my wife a decade ago when she was not my wife, she was my girlfriend, got me a gift certificate for one of these places, and it was down on Convoy. And I went, and I walked into the locker room, and there were basically signs that said you have to be nude. All nude.
Requirement.
Correct. And I walked in, and it's because of I don't know why. But she's been to one of these on Convoy too, where she went in with like 5 girlfriends, and they're like, oh no, you have to strip down naked. So she's like hanging out with her girlfriends naked. And the whole thing, they walk from tub to massage nude, the whole thing. And I the same situation happened to me.
That's just how they do things.
That's how they do things. It's like part of the way that they do
Part
it.
of the
experience or the culture, whatever it is, but they're nude. And so I looked at this thing, and I found this spa, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to book it. And I told her this morning, she's like, now when she sent me, I went in alone, and I walked in, and I had to be nude walking around, and you're like, hi, how are you? Can I get in the hot tub with you, sir? And you had to get in the tub, and you can't relax. You can't relax. There's no relaxing in it. You're just nude. I'll run around my house nude, but when I go to a gym, I'm not hanging it.
I'm not comfortable with
nudity.
I mean, I don't like if I go to the doctor's office, I have no problem.
See,
like,
even then
that doesn't bother me. But
when do you get fully nude at the doctor?
Well, the dermatologist, they have to check everywhere.
Well, I leave my, you leave.
Well,
your,
yeah.
What about like a massage?
No,
I don't get massages,
wait.
but I'd leave my underwear on.
I think I do too.
I've done both, but I've got nude for a
But
massage.
like even if
but you're under a blanket, you're
even
not
when-
laying.
Yeah, you're not
there
like walking around.
Even
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
changing in a locker room, like
he's saying he's not comfortable.
like after a round of golf or something, or the showers or something, I'm gonna be very careful. Like I want to go to my own area. I don't want to just change with a bunch of other friends around. Especially, I'd rather change around strangers than friends.
Well, these will be strangers. It doesn't make it any more comfortable that tomorrow I'm going to walk in, and I don't know if this is the same. Do I wear a swimsuit or what do I do? So essentially, I booked it, and I've got like an hour or two that I can go and get the relief that I need, I guess. So when you said 2 for 1, it's a possibility, I guess. But
it's okay when you're getting out of the hot tub. When you're getting out of the cold tub, not quite as.
I don't want to get in any tubs without a swimsuit on. Does that make me like, I don't know. I'm nervous about it. So
we shouldn't have so many hangups.
We shouldn't.
Oh, Bob, it's just kid stuff.
We all have the parts.
We do. We do. But I went through it before. I've been through it. And I walked in, like, you walk in and everyone, like, there's like 10 guys in there, and they look over at you and you're like, how's it going? Everybody good? Good. It's very, don't tell me you wouldn't be uncomfortable.
No, I would be uncomfortable.
And I'm sitting here going, is it worth the uncomfortability to be able to get the relief that I need?
I think the hardest part is that you always wish you would be more comfortable with it because you don't like how uncomfortable you are. But the people who are really comfortable with it is also troubling as well.
That's exactly. They're so blasé about the whole thing. Right. That, like, if you're comfortable being nude at a gym, and I've been to the Y, and they're very comfortable in there. Grown men will go up on the scale, and they will weigh themselves nude, which, okay, fine. You're trying to get your accurate weight. And I'm talking a 76-year-old man goes and weighs himself, and then goes over to the sink nude and starts shaving and brushing his teeth fully nude. No towel, no nothing, no underwear. And I'm like,
junk just resting up on the counter.
Yeah, thatch, just a big gray thatch. And you're like, you're the problem. I'm not the problem. You're the problem because you're so comfortable with this. Now you're making me feel uncomfortable because I'm uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
So you have to get out of a cold tub, nude,
and
walk around,
and jump into a hot tub.
That's just cruel.
Now, in my mind too, I'm like, Why aren't there more of these on every corner where like it's just you can go in your swimsuit and you get the, here's $40 and I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get a little hot tub, a little cold tub. They don't have it. It's just not, they just don't have it a lot.
Is it a safety thing? I just don't know why you couldn't be allowed to wear what
she
you want
may
to wear.
know. I don't know what the reason was, but she said it was her and like 4 or 5 girlfriends, which isn't the worst mental picture for me. That being said, she goes, yeah, we had to strip down. They scrubbed them with like salt scrub before.
They didn't want, like, you're supposed to shower before getting in the pool, sort of thing. They don't want their water contaminated with what you've been wearing.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I can
and
see
so
that.
everyone's nude. And apparently I need to be okay with this. I'll give you guys an update on.
It's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Right.
So I'm going to Bo's soccer game at 11. Then I'm off to the all nude spa. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Do I just wear flip-flops and a swimsuit and just pray they let me wear it?
I don't know.
Cole says take videos. I'm not taking videos.
Don't take videos.
But now the thought of it is making me sweat.
Sports talk, nudity talk on 97.3 The Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. Can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. See, they don't know what they sign up for when they have these reads that we're supposed to work into our
We're good on the
conversation.
Ben and Woods show.
Paramount wants their money back.
I would think they do. All right, let's check traffic one last time. We'll look ahead, wrap things up next on Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Tow truck helping to clear a crash involving a car and a motorcycle, Hotel Circle on-ramp to East 8, and in the North County, collision involving a couple vehicles. Northbound 15 before Carroll Canyon. Got the left lane blocked. Watch out for some debris across lanes as well. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we got baseball today. Game 5 of the American League Division Series between the Mariners and the Tigers from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. All comes down to one last game. George Kirby pitching against Tarek Skubal, who has lost 3 times this season to the Mariners, twice in the regular season, once in the playoffs. Can you beat Tarek Skubal 4 times? If you do, you deserve to go on to the American League Championship Series.
You deserve it all, my friend.
I think that's going to be a fascinating one today. We got to make our official picks to jinx the other team.
We did, didn't we?
You took the Tigers.
Yeah.
I will also take the Tigers.
Okay.
Oh, then I need to take the Tigers, and that means the Mariners
So
are
congratulations
to
to the Seattle Mariners, who will now move on to face the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series. Tomorrow, Game 5 of the NLDS in Milwaukee, Cubs at Brewers. We talked about it earlier. If the Cubs win, they get on a plane, fly to Los Angeles to face the Dodgers in Game 1 on Monday of the NLCS. If the Brewers win, the Dodgers have to get right on a plane as soon as that game's over, fly to Milwaukee for Game 1 of the NLCS. So home field advantage, very important. But if I'm the Dodgers, I don't know that I might be more scared of the Cubs. They have more stars. If they're hot, could the Cubs be the more dangerous team to face if you're the LA Dodgers, or are the Brewers the worst option because you wouldn't have home field advantage? I don't know. If the Cubs win this game, they're going to have a lot of electricity going into their series.
A break. Give me.
You think that they want the Cubs?
They don't care who they get.
They don't care at all.
They don't care even a
You
little
always
bit.
say that, but
No, they don't care.
You always feel like you match up better against one team.
They will be the favorites.
Match up, dude.
Do you think they're the favorites regardless? I think
yes, as they should have been and always will be.
the number next to their team name, the playoff
Dodgers
seeding
will be
does not
the
matter.
favorites against either team.
Brandon says the Dodgers were season swept by the Brewers. BFD. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
0-6 against the Brewers.
Brace yourselves. Winter is coming.
I don't think they're scared of the Brewers.
No, they're not scared of the Brewers. They're pitching. They have days off, and they can reset their rotation now.
Snell.
Nope.
Game 1.
Ohtani game
Ohtani
1.
Game 1.
Snell game 2.
Yamamoto
game 3. Glasnow game 4. Ohtani game 5. Snell game 6.
Yamamoto
game 7,
if
as if it's going to get to a game 7. And then they'll await either the Mariners, the Tigers, and Blue Jays.
You nailed it.
Winter is coming. Brace yourselves. Get your Twitter fingers ready. You have to be.
It is still baseball, as we saw last night. Crazy things
You're
can
a
happen.
sweet.
They're not hitting.
Sweet man.
Dodgers aren't hitting.
The Phillies pitching is elite. Elite. The Cubs pitching and the
Brewers
Brewers
pitching
pitching
was pretty elite.
Was. But Woodruff's out. Peralta got beat up last night a little bit. Benny, just brace yourself, kid.
Well, we'll have the matchups for you. In
Have a good
fact, we'll be
weekend.
underway in the championship series when we'll rejoin you on Monday morning, break down the weekend and everything.
I'll be at the nude spa tomorrow.
And we'll hear how it goes
Can't wait.
for Woods tomorrow. For Paul Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Braden coming up next. Have a great rest of your Friday and terrific weekend from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.